All right, and we are live. Welcome back to Ravnica, the Forgotten District. Are we the Untold? What is it? What does your journal say? What does your journal say?
Unknown
Officially been decided. The what? Come on,
the Unknown District.
The Unknown District.
Unknown. Yeah.
Yes. Unknown. Why is it? Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. We'll come into it, I'm sure, at some point, right? All right. So, welcome back to Encounter Roleplay, where we're going to be running through Ravnica, preferably forwards and in control of our direction. Though, without knowing where we're going, it might be a little bit more challenging. But you can find us here Mondays, 5 p.m. Eastern, and we are going to be like clockwork. We want to be here every time, every week, and we're really hoping that you will be too. Because we had some things happen last week that are going to be showing up this week after I've had a chance to take them offline, digest them a little bit, and see how they were going to come into play. So, this is going to be episode 3, right? Episode 3?
4.
4. Yeah. It is episode 4. I haven't named episode 3 yet because I haven't gotten enough submissions from everyone as to what we're going to title it. So I might just have to pick something after the show today. But welcome. This is episode 4. We have a lot of fun coming today. I can't wait to see what you guys do. But real quick before we do that, I want to take care of a few announcements. Just thank you to our amazing sponsors, not just our players, as you guys are fantastic out there, but we have some specific thank yous we want to throw out there to Fantasy Grounds, whom we are working hard to get into the stream, and I can't wait. I've done some serious research and some building in the background, and it's going to be legit. It's going to be legit. Okay, you can find them, Fantasy Grounds. They're a great tabletop role-playing game system. If you are not familiar with virtual tabletops, go check them out, fantasygrounds.com. waylandgames.co.uk for all your figurine needs. If you like Warhammer 40K, if you like D&D, if you're an old-school Pathfinder player, it doesn't really matter. Your figurines, nobody's going to go checking the label on what brand or what game it was originally coming from. It's a matter if it fits your table, and Wayland Games, they've got what you need. It's a 20% discount over on their webpage for being friends with Encounter Roleplay. Okay, and the last one is going to be Dice Envy. We have switched it up. We are going with Dice Envy, and they are, from personal experience, I've done giveaways from them before. They are an incredible company, and they have just some amazing dice. I've got... I ordered some dice from them, and they came from this little metal tin with a clear top on it, and they were really sparkly. They were pretty impressive. I got some. I put some posts up when I got them, and then I did a giveaway on my last stream. But so in Encounter Roleplay, if you do 20 retweets for the stream, we're doing a dice giveaway in the chat. So let's get them tweets out there, and let's see who wants to watch some D&D. Who's ready to learn some D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Me.
Yeah, Matt. Or is that a Matt?
No, that was... Oh, yeah, Nat won on learning D&D, guys. I've forgotten everything. Help me.
It's over.
Okay. So, where did we leave off last week? I would like to do a recap. We'll do our roll-off as per usual. Who wants to do it?
No notes. I thought we were rolling, right? See if I can do it again.
Yes. Yep.
This is the 20, right?
You guys, you mean you aren't fans of this system?
I just know I'm going to get it again, that's all.
That would be so funny.
Wait, because the camera's backwards, so there we go.
Is that 12?
Oh.
Yeah, 12.
That is actually going to be Nat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nat 20.
Going to be Nat. That's 17.
Woo.
What do you got, Nat?
So, the entirety of last episode was one big fight against the Crawl Queen and I'm supposed to do this in character. So last episode, we had a lot of fun, and dangerous fun, best fun, kind of fun. Things were exploding, and there's acid flying everywhere, and we were fighting the Crawl Queen, and then more Crawl showed up, and then some things fell asleep, and then there were all these psychic screams in our mind, and then Cyrus got all bound up by mucusy stuff, and he was useless, and I stabbed a lot of things because wizards can do that too. And then we won, kind of, and then more Crawl showed up, and now we're here. And that's all Malachar remembers.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I basically summed it up with it. Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Really,
yeah.
A big battle. But leading up to that, we had a few things happen that... why were we fighting this giant queen if there's anybody out there that's their first episode? Giant queen what? Just a brief recap. Yeah. Well,
basically, you can always blame Cyrus for everything bad that happens.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, okay, so there was a sniffer we were following. Eris's character brought us through, and we were able to track the parents of an NPC we met up in the city above, down here to the Undercity, where in particular we are in the City Works portion of the Undercity, where we ventured through the Crawl Hive and followed the sniffer, this particularly nice Loxodon lady, and then which is a great mechanic. I love it. But
yeah,
we find the mother of this NPC here in the racks, in the shelves. And then, as the queen is expiring on the floor, this enormous alien creature, the giant insectoid marvel that tried to make you into her young, or some category of fast food for them. You found the mother tied up and shackled and apparently unconscious for some reason. And as you are getting ready to maybe deal with this scenario, a cart pulls into the loading dock by which you entered into the building, being pulled and pushed back into the dock by 4 Crawl. And that's where we're going to start it off, with everybody making a stealth roll as they're now looking into the building.
Uh-oh. Ooh, not bad. All right. Man, my bonus is nasty. Wow. Okay.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
That is pretty great. Oh. That's a 21 from Cyrus. That's stealthy.
I got a 16.
16 also for Suniva.
Suniva, all right. Krav?
Yeah. 12.
12. And Malachar?
18.
Okay. Now, here's how we're going to do this, because they are not particularly looking out for anything out of the ordinary. Their passive perception is not amazing, so your stealth roll is against that. Their stealth roll, their passive perception is a 12. So, everybody has beat their passive perception. They haven't noticed you as anything strange or out of the ordinary. I'm going to roll a perception for them to see if they notice the bodies laying around the room. Keep in mind, they're at street level, about cart height below you. So, remember when you came into the alley and you were looking up, you couldn't see the queen on the ceiling, and you couldn't see the conveyor on the floor either. So, there's a significant amount of obstructions. However, if they roll well, they might just notice the amount of spatter or blood or the odor wafting from out of this place. There's a number of things that can give you away.
Queen. It's fine.
Suniva's spear sticking straight up out of.
So, that's a 19. That they roll perception.
Here we go.
So they figured it out really quickly. So, as you're sort of creeping out and you're looking, rather alarmedly at these things that you're hoping aren't going to notice. One of them, like bangs its weapon up against the other one with his stick. It's not really a weapon, which strikes you as odd. Why aren't they carrying the standard barnishades that the rest of them? And then you start to notice that they're not as well armored as the ones you've just been fighting. They're not soft like the hatchlings, but they're a lot more stout. Like they're not quite as agile. And they don't try to enter the building. They start chittering and clicking wildly, and all four of them sort of like in a pack to start running off down the alley. They abandon their cart.
I don't think we have much time.
Time to go.
Should we try to get any of these other people out?
Well, what about the prisoners?
Get as
Yeah,
many as we
sounds
can.
like-
Get them out of here.
Have my tools ready to go.
I pick up my
How are you
dagger
going
and
to
move
carry them
toward
out of here?
We have a centaur. We can get them out.
I think Katrin had the mother already.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Yeah, she was
There are
trying to carry them.
Adults in various forms of cartage around the room.
They just left a cart.
Can we get some in the car?
They did just leave a cart.
Okay,
Okay.
let's use the cart.
Like,
We're using the
Kron's
cart.
gonna
All right,
go-
we're using the
let's
cart.
trot on over, no question. Just go trot on over, grab the sides of and just start running with it. Like, here we go. Put them
We
in.
gotta
Let's
put
do
people
it.
in it.
Cart is taken off with the
Yeah.
cart without loading it first.
Oh no, I'm running too, my friends. No, like, get
Okay, the
loaded.
cart is currently in the dock. Okay, so the surface of the floor is it's slick, and it shifts about. So it's like a manual conveyor, and there are 13 palletized humans inside of here. You'll need to get them into the back of the cart and get out of here before help arrives, which is going to be in a D4 minutes.
Ooh,
Oh
okay.
God.
Well, I would like to run to the nearest person and try to get them out of this. They're in like a webbing, right? Is that what they got?
Yeah,
going
it's
on?
sort of
And then they're like weird.
the adhesive that is currently holding Cyrus fast.
I'll be helping.
We're like all ignoring Cyrus.
No, I got knocked
I'll
out. I got Strum knocked me out.
Yeah,
He, like
I
tackled my
got him out.
kneecaps
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
got me out. Yeah.
I thought you
I spent like a
just
speeding
like
bullet.
chipped his way and like picked him up and carried him.
Oh, actually, yeah, I
Oh.
pick him up and carry him. Yeah, I carried him away. But I will now that we've got a bit of. I am going to cut him open though, if given time.
Whoa! Hey, hold on with that blade there, son. I don't know about all this.
Don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
I'm going to give you a choice. This is going to be a strength or a dexterity check. To
I'm
break
going to
him
go
out.
with dexterity, as I'm a goblin.
In Goblin, I say easy.
I did roll a 2 plus 2, so that's 4.
Hey! Ow! Hey!
As he looked down,
You're
he
fine.
immediately started chiseling this away and buried the knife in your calf.
Hey!
And 4 points of damage.
It's only a little bit of blood. You'll be fine.
Son of a-
That is 2 points of damage.
Have you ever held a blade before?
Yeah, plenty of time. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Assume
walk
the rest
over
of
and
you
I
are trying to break everybody free and sort of get them into the carts. And we'll come back as you're trying to continue your shenanigans in a few moments as we discover what everybody else is trying to do.
I would like to do 2
Now-
things. So first, I'd like to cast Unseen Servant to help.
Yes.
Secondly, I would like to go over and use my significantly better sleight of hand roll than Strum's to try to get Cyrus free.
Okay. Okay. You cast Unseen Servant and then wander over like this. And then you
Yeah,
yet again show your stabby as a wizard.
yes. Should I roll for that now?
Yes, roll.
That is a total of 24.
Ooh.
24 is more than enough. You
You
make quick work of this as you find the weakest points in the hardening shell around Cyrus and sort of use the shatters and cracks along the path and just peel it away. And Cyrus, you are free from your cocoon.
Look at that, Goblin. Look how he just did that. Now that's impressive work right there with the blade.
I loosened it up
You
for him.
can
I don't know what
learn.
you're talking about. I did all
A thing
that.
or two from our
I pat
friend
my goblin
Malakar.
friend on the head. I pat Strum on the head a couple times. It's like,
Yeah, I start
See?
binding my calf with whatever bandaging I have available to me.
There's lots of this webbing stuff around.
I use it, whatever. Stop
Okay,
the
so
bleeding.
there are 13 pallets. One is already unencased. You'll need to figure out how to fit them onto the cart, and it's going to take you a fair bit of strength and effort to get them onto the cart. We're going to make a little mini game of this. Okay,
Ooh.
so I need each of you to pick one of the humans or Vidalkin, or you note that they are all of medium humanoid and adult status.
I'll go for the smallest one.
They are all larger than you.
I'm just gonna drag one as much as I can.
This is kind of what points it out to you, that they're all adult males and females of either Vidalkin, elf, or human.
I'll put that in
So-
the journal there, Crob.
Okay.
I'm not
and
even
so
done
you
setting
need
it
to
up.
each make a strength check to break the encasing, which, as Cyrus can tell you, is a lot harder than it sounds.
Yeah,
Can we make an
well,
athletics check if we are proficient in it? For trying
I
to
will
like.
say, describe for me how you would use athletics to break this.
To like break the pallet like off? Is that like what we need to get it off of the conveyor, right? Or
The person,
get the
we need to
person.
break the person free and unshackle them. So there's going to be 2 checks total.
I
You'll need to break the adhesive, and you'll need to
Right.
remove the locks one way or another.
Question,
I would
DM.
like to.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can ask first. It might help.
Well, so they just use their blades to slice these open. Can we not shift over to a dexterity check if we're going to? Can we utilize the same tactic there, or do we have to rip open the casing?
Yeah, that's yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
use the dexterity, not an acrobatics or athletics, right?
Okay.
It's
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, Suniva would like to run over and grab her spear out of the corpse of the Crawl Queen because it was left there on my nat 1 earlier.
Yes. You reach down into the muck and pull your spear out from under her.
And then I'll run over to the closest pallet and try to use like my spear to like cut away and pry away any adhesive that I can get out.
Absolutely. Roll an attack. Roll an attack.
An attack. Ooh.
ooh.
With my spear? Oh, not good.
Yes,
That's
it's
only
attacking an inanimate object. So it
Okay,
has an armor class of 10 because it's stationary.
only a 7.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I
you
didn't roll
run over
well.
and get your spear and you come down and you hit it, but it doesn't quite penetrate. You know, it just sort of glances off on your first strike.
It's all gross and sticky. I can't like.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the spear. It's definitely the spear.
Definitely
hand
the
starts
spear,
ripping
not
all over
Suniva.
I love it. All right, Krav, what are you doing?
Well, I rolled a 23, for my strength, because I pulled the cart over closer to where everyone was gathering these people. Is that okay?
Yeah. It is backed up to the loading dock in the back of the building. If we had the map up, I could show you. You're about 20 feet away from where the majority of the pallets are.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up just a big old dude and put him in the back of the cart. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Simple.
Just cart or the pallet and all.
If I can, with the 23.
That is more than the strength check was 23. That is more than enough to pick up the pallet and move it over to the cart. Yes.
Hell
Yup.
yes.
So this Vidalkin was of a stout build, and Krav is of much stouter build. As she picks up the whole pallet, sort of like hips it up, and then just kind of walks over. What are you guys doing wasting time?
Literally. You're over here stabbing each other, Cross doing the heavy lifting, okay?
Hey, I'm on the receiving end of that, right?
By
Sounds about
your
right.
estimation, you feel like you could fit about 12 pallets onto the cart.
How many people were there?
Okay.
13 total.
Including the one
Well,
that
we
Katrin already loosed.
Yes, that is the mother. That is one of the NPCs specifically you are looking for.
So, if we don't use the pallets, but we just cut them free and pile them on, how many do we suppose will fit?
You can fit 12 pallets on there.
Pallets, not just people. Just stack.
Yeah, not
people.
just people, but you could stack pallets on there. It's a mass drayage.
Okay.
So you can
I
fit
will say,
12 pallets.
Strum did roll an 18 on a strength check to help these people.
Impressive.
18 is
So-
enough. You aren't
The
quite
adrenaline
carrying
kicks
it, but
in.
you notice that actually as you've got it on the conveyor, it's very slick, and you're able to just sort of drag it to put it onto the cart. It slides relatively easy. All right, so after a few more minutes of this and moving them, it sounds like you want to put the pallets on there. You want to leave the people on the pallets and put the majority of them on there. You will still need to get one person free at minimum.
Oh, we have 2 people free now. How many more do we have to spring to fit, like, mostly pallets, but like a few people and
Right.
actually fit everybody on there at once?
So if you fit them 3 across and 4 long, you can fit 12 pallets onto the cart. Okay? So you've
Sure.
definitely got enough space on there to get up to 12 pallets, but there are 13 pallets. You've got them freed, so it sounds like you've got enough space on the cart.
Okay, that was my question.
Cool.
That answers my question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It wasn't supposed to be a huge challenge.
All right, as long as we're good.
Gotta break at least one.
Sure.
Okay, so as you are piling up the last of the people and their compartmentalized nature, you sort of get the last one on there, and you see that there are the buzzing of inbound winged crawl on their way.
Oh, let's go.
We have to
Tarp,
go
tarp.
now.
Is there a tarp? No.
Yeah,
Is there a
you
tarp?
gotta go.
Cover this up.
If I had a
So
spell
where
slot,
are you going?
Down here.
Does anybody have
Good
like a
question.
cape or a coat?
Yeah, wait.
Just cover it.
Is there an available tarp to place over the
Strum is
bodies
back to
I don't know if
naked
we
in
have
the
time.
cloak.
back of
Just
a
goes
cart?
down.
There's no time. We just
I have
gotta
a-
dip.
Let's go.
Run.
Yeah, let's go.
Gotta go. Where are we going?
In a cart.
Okay.
Because I assume it's gonna be a two-person job, probably.
How do we get out of
Okay,
here?
so
I guess we just go the route where there doesn't
Quickly.
seem to be any resistance.
Back to the sewers?
You ever seen a cop
go
chase?
through a
You can't really
sewer
pick
grate?
where you're going.
No. We're subterranean already. So we can go back
We're
to
in
the
like
sewers
the
where we came out.
chasm.
Okay.
Yeah. But we
Right,
can go
you
back where
point,
we came.
Prav will go.
Yeah, let's just get down
I
first
think-
and we'll see what's going on outside.
I think we go find our little goblin friend in the sewers and traumatize him even further with this because he can help us get out of here. Maybe.
Yes. Yes. Let's go.
Other than
Sounds
that,
like a plan.
I think
Let's
that's
do
the only
that.
place we've got.
Action.
Let's go.
All right,
as
let's
we
go.
get over here.
Let's start pushing the cart. Rav, can you help me?
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
So the two of you immediately start grabbing each of you an arm of the cart and start charging down the street.
Malakar's gonna get up on top of the cart, standing up.
Simple style.
Yeah.
So I need...
He's gonna try to take out his
Where are you
blanket and
going?
cover the pallets.
I think back the way we came.
Yeah, we're gonna try and go back to the sewers that we came out of, I guess.
Came out of, right?
Right, we came out of that
Man,
like
this
big
is
like
gonna-
pipe opening.
This is gonna end so horribly. I can't wait.
It'll
I've
be
no-
fine. We have saved the day.
My notes. Where are my notes?
I don't know.
Can we get back? Can we do it?
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Okay. So you go charging down the street in between these enormous like hive structures that are completely vertical, and Katroon sort of like jumps up to the front of the cart and puts her sniffer out there and starts trying to determine which way you came from. And as you're sort of rushing, and she's holding on to like the back of the cart and just pointing in which direction to go. And we are going to make an attempt to evade your aerial pursuit.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
All right.
I will say, if there are things pursuing us, Strum will send up a few like produce flames at anything that gets close enough to like be hit by it.
I love that. So you are on a cart. Anybody have a
Strum.
guess as to what kind of rules we're going to explore on this one?
Ooh, I wonder.
Chase
I
combat.
wonder.
Chase.
Hey, Strum,
Vehicular
wanna make a distraction?
race.
Okay. If we got time, sure. Too confident.
Where's the page? I totally didn't put a bookmark on it because I'm a terrible, terrible DM.
No.
Hey, you
What,
didn't
you
know
saw
what
this
we
coming?
do. Let's be honest here. Oh,
We didn't even know what we do.
panic run? Yeah.
All right. Anyways, okay. So it is going to function very similarly to a regular chase encounter, in which we are going to be using our movement to continue moving forward. If we have to, for some reason, use our action, we can't perform a dash, we will lose ground on that. If we are to if we continue to dash, there will be things that get in the way of our progress. Every round there will be a table that I roll on to determine if something jumps out in front of us or jumps out in front of them. But
Cabbage cart.
as the pursuee,
Yeah.
you have the
Giant glass,
opportunity
a pane of glass.
to create fun little things for them to overcome. Like throwing some flame up in the air or tipping over a cart of cabbages, as you called out.
My cabbages.
My
Cabbages.
My cabbages!
Thank you.
Yes.
That's true.
So, you immediately start charging down the street, and you will all... We're going to use initiative order for this.
All right.
Let's do it.
So, let's get an initiative order established.
Say a dirty 20 for Saniva.
Oh
That's
my
pretty good.
gosh.
Ooh. That's a 22 for Strum.
Oh my goodness.
Natural 19 plus 3.
Okay. Keep going. Cyrus, what do you got?
Well, I think my stabbed calf has slowed me down a little bit. I have a 9 for initiative.
All right.
Sounds like a you
My
problem.
apologies, pal.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're on a cart.
Helping you.
Your wounded leg has nothing to do with your momentum.
Oh, I thought I was running. I didn't realize all of us were on the cart.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Right.
going to be a vehicular escape. Okay, so
Okay, gotcha.
Malakar,
14.
14.
A respectable number.
A respectable
Stop.
14.
12.
12.
Pretty good.
And on 15 is going to be the crawl. Okay, so
Oh, good.
right off the top of the bat is going to be Strum. You are approximately 120 feet ahead of your pursuers.
Oh. Okay, so I can't start throwing fireballs just yet. Or firebolts. Or what's the spell? Produce flames. There we go. There's so many different fire spells in D&D.
Nobody ever casts fire spells.
I'm going to look for something that I can set aflame that could cause a distraction. Whether it be like a few loose barrels, maybe it's something that's on their like flying height. But I'm going to just cause a little bit of chaos as we are rushing through.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Okay. That's a 16.
A 16. As you're looking around, there is nothing for you to be able to throw in the way. So there's not really any opportunity. Everything seems to be securely attached to the walls or anything. So you could potentially throw something off of the cart.
Is there anything on the cart that isn't a human?
There are people.
Humanoid.
If you broke them free, you could start throwing pallets.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll
Not a
tell you
bad
what.
idea.
I'll pick up some broken wood. I'll light it aflame with produce flame, strumming my guitar to ignite it with my like pick, and then just pring. And then yeah, I'll just give it a throw. I'm just gonna try and lob it at them as far as I can. As far as I can toss a torch, I guess.
So I'm trying to picture this. You're like stand riding a cart, barreling full speed down the road, playing your lute one-handed while pulling up a piece of wood that's busted off of one of the pallets and lighting it on fire and throwing it up into the air at these things.
Yep.
All right.
Why am I getting Fury Road flashbacks?
Oh yeah. This is your Fury
I
Road.
thought his
Not
job was
bad.
hard. So, roll your attack at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's
That is a lot of different things.
Come on.
That's a 19 and an 18.
That is
That is-
incredible. That will hit.
Why am
You just lob this
Okay.
thing up in the air and you float it just right to where one of these flying crawl just comes and sort of tumbles a bit and loses its way and like smacks into a wall and kind of catches itself and starts limping along, but it has lost 30 feet of ground.
Hey,
Nice.
good stuff.
Excellent.
That would be 5 points
well
of
done.
damage
Well
if
done.
we're going off the spell.
Yes, it will be 5 points of damage.
There we go.
Let
Hell
me,
yeah.
let me write.
Danger flare.
Very well done.
Did not expect that would work, but sure.
Gave you disadvantage. There's no
Yeah.
like stronger way of stopping something from happening, right? Suniva on 20. Roll
Oh
me a
yeah.
D20.
Yeah. Roll you a d20. Okay. 11.
11. Okay, there are no complications for you to take advantage of. What would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to take a moment to just take like one hand off the cart to pull out like some darts and just sort of like keep them in my hand and hold them for in case something gets within range.
Okay, so you're going to hold your attack action and continue. Are you sort of?
I was helping to push the cart.
Or you're pushing the cart. Okay, so you are on the ground. So you're moving at approximately. Say
my full speed is
what's full speed? Yours is 40 and Krov's is 40.
Yeah.
Yes?
Okay, so with the assist, I will say that you are able to continue with your 40 feet of movement speed.
Monks.
Okay.
Monks and centaurs.
I think technically it would probably have your movement speed,
I think
but for the sake of the chase,
it, right?
I think a 20-foot movement speed for a chase scene would be really sort of not fun.
It would be fun.
The slowest chase ever.
Get out of the way! Get out!
I'm just picturing Krog full gallop down the street, pulling the front of this thing, and like Suneva, like every now and then is getting a foot on the ground, but mostly just hanging off the back.
Yes, like a little kid on like a shopping cart, just like wee.
Yes, exactly.
Suneva's like, I'm
You're
helping.
providing the assist whenever there's like a rut or something like that, but mostly Krog is just barreling down the streets with this thing.
That is so cute.
Okay. So incredible. We have some darts being held in case anything gets too close. Next in the initiative order is going to be Katroon, who is going to use her turn. Well, she gets to roll to see if there's something to take advantage of first. There are no complications for her to use to hinder their pursuit, so she is going to continue with a tracking check with advantage. And that will be a 16 with her modifiers, so she continues to successfully keep track of the scent of where you guys came from. So
Thank goodness.
as you're sort of busting out of the buildings at this point, the sort of warehouse district up into the open caverns, and you can see that. Smaller crawl, you notice now they aren't quite as well armored, are sort of like diving out of the way as you're careening down the middle of this and sort of skirting around the puddles that are giving off their phosphorus teal gas. And next is going to be the crawl. Each of them is going to make a full movement at their rate of movement for fly speed, which is going to be 60 feet. So you have moved 40 feet, 80 feet for a full dash, because Krav did not take an action to do anything yet. So at 80 feet, and they have moved 60 feet, 120 feet. So they are pretty much right on your tails at this point.
They're fast.
Okay. They are not able to, well, they're full dash with a 60-foot, no. Yeah, the 60-foot fly speed. Hold on. Let me pull that up. Maybe I'm crazy. I think I'm crazy.
Please
I don't think they have a
Speedy bug
60-foot
boys.
fly speed.
really quick.
I think it's only a 40-foot fly speed.
I'm loving Nat's confused face.
So I got this right. We started 120 feet away. We moved 80, so we're 200 feet away, and then they are going to fly 120 closer, so we'd still be 80 feet away?
Yes. You're right.
Math.
Unless their fly speed is actually 40, in which case we would be 120 feet away still.
Yeah. Yeah, we maintain
Hate
it. It's the
math.
same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even argue it. I would just be like, yes, that sounds right. Numbers.
Yes,
Yeah,
numbers.
they
correct.
caught up.
Yes, that is math.
600 feet sounds right. Get him in here.
Yeah.
40 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm a dance major
right
for
now
a
we're
reason,
moving.
you guys.
So right now we're
So
moving
if
as
you're
fast as them.
120 feet away, both of you moved 80 feet.
All right. So good.
Excellent.
We're still
okay,
ahead.
so except for the one who is actually 110 feet behind you, who has lost 30 feet of movement. due to being struck in the face with a flaming brand. Okay. So they are not within range yet. They don't have any attacks that is going to get you from 120 feet. Yeah, definitely not. So they are carrying bows, though, so short bows, so they are going to be in range very soon. The short bow, has a range of 180 and 300?
Oh, wow. That sounds like way more than what it is.
Pretty far.
It really is. It's a really long distance.
Where's my inventory
here?
Short bow. 8320.
80 and 320. So they could make their ranged attacks. They're going to make their ranged attacks, but they wouldn't be able to. If they made their ranged attacks, they wouldn't be able to use a dash action to keep pace with you. So they're not going to do that right now. Now, that's going to be next in the initiative order is going to be Malakar on the 14th.
All right, I turn to the rest of the people. All right, I've got a plan. Keep going, and I'm going to turn around and cast Minor Illusion to make a noise, my favorite dumb trick, and I'm going to have the sound of a door be... Are there any doors nearby? Are there even doors here?
There's portals, not really doors as much. There's a door-like structure, yes.
Okay, so I want the sound of a door being kicked open, and then that Minotaur, their voice yelling out, "On the authority of the Boros Legion, halt!"
Ooh.
Ooh.
The authority of the Boros Legion. I'm going to give them a wisdom save to see if they buy into your bluff. You know what? Actually, better yet, rather than me rolling for them, let's roll for you on a deception.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh,
I'm going to take that natural 20.
Oh. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is a total of 23 if it matters.
That is incredible. So
Yes.
they do actually stutter and sort of turn around in midair and look behind them, and they sort of buzz around and look, and they can't see any Boros Legion. So they will lose 30 feet of ground for your successful deception. It's 60 feet because it's a crit, we'll say. Very nice, very nice. So that means that they will be 120 plus, so 180 feet behind, and one of them will be 210. Yes? Is that 180, 210. Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Keep going.
Krav.
Okay. So, so this is my plan.
Roll me a d20 first.
Okay. Oh my god. This is gonna be funny, you guys, if this lands.
I can't wait.
No. Oh no.
I'm so excited. I'm so
Matt,
excited.
did I give you an opportunity to roll a d20 for distractions?
I did not actually roll a d20.
Yeah, go ahead and do that real quick right before we jump in on this. Yeah.
That's a 13.
Did you say it was a...
Okay, there are no available opportunities. Okay.
Convenient.
Krav, roll me a d20.
What roll was it? Okay, it was straight 18.
Straight 18. There are no available complications. It's a hit and miss with this one. So
Dang.
okay. No real complications that you can see to take advantage of to prevent them from pursuing you. Okay, so if you continue with the dash, you will continue to gain 80 feet per round. You have a significant lead right now, or you can take an action to try and perform something.
You know what? I'm gonna keep dashing. I'm the engine.
You can get creative if you want to. I won't judge you.
No, I think I want to lose them. We're not in the sewers, so my creativity is for a later time. It'll come. It's coming, I promise, Jimmy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
think
continue with
dashing
your
is the
dash?
best thing to do right now.
Perfect. All right, Cyrus. Despite the swelling and pain in your leg, you finally come to your senses and realize that this is kind of a dangerous situation.
Yep, we're in a pickle here, I think, but we are losing them. Cyrus wants to take a look out in front of our cart here. I need to roll you a d20 just in case, right?
Yes, please.
That's a 2. That's a beautiful.
All right.
Oh my god.
Beautiful too.
You see out in front of you, there's a crowd of small, immature buglings. You can tell, you recognize their transparent shells. As they're trying to cross in front of the cart, but come barreling by, they sort of stop and let you pass before getting run over. But they immediately try and walk behind you.
Uh-oh.
And are going to be in the way of your pursuers.
So wait, okay. So how many do we have on the? Right. How many do we have on the ground pursuing us, and how many do we have in the air? We had 3 in the air or something like that, and then
there are 4 in the air, none on the ground.
None on the ground.
No ground pursuing.
Okay.
Right now.
So they're behind us now. So
yes. So how would you like to use that to interfere with them?
Oh, I don't know. Because they don't speak common or goblin.
They understand, but do not speak
Oh, okay.
common.
Sure. Why not? I want to turn around. I see this, and I see an opportunity that my young self would definitely have taken advantage of anything flying over my head. So Cyrus turns around, and he sees these young school-aged children and says, maybe they'll throw stuff at the flying guys. So I turn around, and I say, hey, kids, look at those funny flying dudes. Throw stuff at them. And then really hope that they throw stuff at them. Sticks, rocks, books for school, lunch boxes with Superman on it. I don't know what they're carrying around, but I'll take pieces of shell, honeycomb from the nearest building, anything. I don't care. Throw stuff at them. How do I do it? Can I get them to do that?
I will let you roll a charisma check. Let's see. Persuasion. And we will call it at disadvantage because they are crawl, and you're telling them to interact with their own military forces.
Fight the machine! Stand up for yourself. All right. Well.
Rebel! You don't have to be a cog.
Yeah. So you said persuasion, yeah? Not performance?
Yes, roll persuasion.
With disadvantage. Oh, God. 12, 19, and then 12.
Okay. Well, 12 is just barely enough to convince them to half-heartedly start chucking things up in the air.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, their aim is really bad, and it's just they're not really committed to it.
No. I saw an opportunity and I went for it.
Okay, now how would you like to spend your action?
Okay, so do I see anything else in front of us, or no? Is it relatively clear? Can I guesstimate distance to the sewers?
You can see basically. It's really hard to understand where you are in relation. It's such an alien world where there isn't really a sense of up outside of gravity. The insectoid race of the crawl has built up onto the walls, and recognizing exactly which tunnel you came out of, it's not completely flat it's not all necessarily right on the ground.
Sure.
So Katrun is doing the tracking for you to find out where you came from, but you're not really sure where she's leading at the moment.
My question is more, okay, there's nothing pursuing us. Did they have some way of communicating for someone to get in front of us? Or do I see anything?
Yeah, no, there's no signs of anything ahead of you in your pursuit.
Okay. In that case, I will hold an action for if any of the pursuers get in range of the short bow. So 80 feet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Held action with the bow. Suniva also has held action with the darts if they come in range.
Darts.
Okay, and the range on that was 80 feet and 320.
So yeah, short bow
For the
regular
short
range is
bow?
80 feet. Yeah, disadvantage up to 320. So I want
Yes.
a regular shot.
Anything within 80
I'm
feet.
going to wait
and you
for a
will
regular shot. Mm-hmm.
Unleash a bolt. Okay, perfect. So that will bring us back to the top of the round where Strum, you have,
okay.
you have unleashed a flaming piece of shrapnel and knocked one of them clean in the face with it.
I'm very happy with this.
What would you like to
So,
do
should
next?
I make a... I assume I should make a
Yes.
D20 to see if anything
At the,
pops up?
at the beginning of each of our turns, roll for an environmental effect. Think about it like a layer action almost.
Okay, so that was an 18.
An 18, so there's really nothing to take advantage of
Okay.
in your perception.
So how close are they? How close are they to us now at this point?
They are 180 feet behind you, and the fourth one is 210 feet behind you.
I'm gonna get creative. I'm going to just start playing music. I'm gonna start putting, like, basically making a rallying kind of like just to keep everybody
Chase music!
Yeah, I want to put together some chase music. I want to get everybody pumped. I want to get everybody, especially the people who are pushing. I want to make a steady rhythm for them to follow, and just I'm just being the crazy little goblin with his lute and just like head banging. You see the mohawk flinging around everywhere. He's just having a bit of fun.
Strum is just the Doof Warrior from Mad Max. He's got a flaming steel guitar, and he's like up keeping pace.
That is exactly
I love
who
it.
Drum is.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's on brand. Okay. So are you using an inspiration, or are you holding an
Nope,
inspiration for someone who might need it?
At this point, I'm just doing it for the flavor. I'm just like, for my turn, I wanna like just perform my heart out and just get everybody kind of pumped without putting like literally doing an inspiration. I'm just being Strum.
Them blazing leads of Strum picks. All right. Next, we're going to have Suniva.
Oh, hi, I'm going to
Rolling
just
a
keep
D20.
dashing and... Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's an 18? Nothing? Okay.
There's no environmental effects.
Okay.
Okay, so you
then
are
I'm just
to
going
keep
to,
on pushing.
Yeah, and I've still got those darts in my hand, so I'll just hold it again for in case anybody gets into a 20-foot range, because by then they're too close.
Okay.
For the darts, yeah.
All right. So next we're going to have Katrun, who is going to check for any environmental effects. Yes. So as you're sort of charging forward, Katrun gets a face full of noxious gas, and she maintains her constitution and does not get sick all over everything, but she looks around lost for a moment, and you're not really sure which direction you should go. Without her vantage point, you find yourself, Krav, coming up very quickly upon a steaming pool of acid. So next will be the crawl, who are all going to continue their high-speed pursuit in dash and are going to each take a shot at you. No, they're not going to take a shot because they don't have the range to do it. You will outpace them if they do. So, Malakar will resolve this first, and then we'll come back to Krav and how you're going to avoid this steaming pool of acid.
All right, so I roll d20 for environmental effects. That is a 9.
A 9, yes. Okay. That's a very bad roll.
Oh, no!
So, in front of the cart, another crawl warrior steps out and plants his spear up against his boot, like he's going to hold the charge and brace this spear up against, ready for Krav to impact directly into it. So now,
2 things.
how are you going to take advantage of this?
2 things. First of all, I believe someone has ready action to shoot that crawl. Secondly, is that crawl
Yes.
standing in the acid?
Not in the acid, off to the side of it. So you're charging straight towards this pool, which is maybe 15, 20 feet across. And then there's hard turns that
20
you're going to
fish?
have to do to avoid it. And off to the side over here, you've got now a crawl with a butted spear pointed in your direction. So Saniva and Cyrus will both get their held actions
Yeah, I'm shooting it.
to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll toss
I'm shooting
toss a dart.
Yeah,
That's a 19 to hit.
19.
19 will definitely hit.
Double 19.
Oh yeah.
Double 19. That's awesome.
Oh,
4 piercing.
4 damage. We're twinsies. 4 damage.
I mean, I only
19
get
to hit,
4
4
over
damage.
1.
That's what I did
Wow.
too.
Hashtag toe in
Excellent.
sync.
So your
Twins.
dart strikes this shoulder, and the arrow comes down and strikes this one, and he just sort of staggers back, suddenly feeling like a pincushion.
Yeah, that hurt, didn't
But
it? You better get out of the way.
Sorry.
His spear is still butted in your direction. So, how would you like to take advantage of this obstruction?
All right. Malakar's gonna pull out his blanket and give one side to his unseen servant, and I'm going to try to work with my unseen servant to put the blanket over the crawl.
Okay. Is there a movement speed on your unseen servant?
Yeah, I can move 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, yeah, I'll say that you can send it out in front of everybody else. That does technically move slower than the cart, though.
Yeah, so the idea is it flies over, drops on the crawl, and then gets run into by the cart and hopefully gets back on. Or it just dies, it has 1 HP.
Hopefully the force
Both are
will help.
fine.
Yeah. This is where we get into like the dilemmas. Like, does an unseen servant a living being? Does it have any feelings? Did you name it
Oh,
already?
God, don't even
Or-
start.
The moral implications
no.
of hitting your unseen servant.
Officially, it's not
No.
a creature, but it has an HP, a strength score, and hit points. No, and an AC.
So
I
it
think
is
that
a
makes me a
thing.
creature.
it is a thing.
It's an
Whether or not it's
extra-dimensional
sentient.
being.
Yeah.
It's a shapeless force
Yeah.
that is medium
If it
sized.
doesn't have a will save, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so
So,
uh,
should I roll a something?
give me a. Wow, that's a tough one.
I love these DM moments of like, let me give me 20 minutes to think about this.
No, I'm trying to
No, guys, I
think
have to do
how
some really complicated math.
from being on the back of the cart that's moving at 40 per turn, while 80 at a dash, has going to be outpaced by something with a 60 speed dash to put the blanket over the top of it, and I'm coming up blank.
So it's kind of like jumping off the cart front is what I'm imagining it, but that might not mesh well with your imagination on this one, and that's fine too. If you'd like me just to do something else,
I'll give you the additional 20 feet of movement on that. That's fine.
Ooh.
You get the additional momentum for it running and charging off the front of the cart.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, and Jimmy.
Yes, and
I know. I just appreciate. I've had some DMs in the past who are a bit more. No, you can't do that. Do something
Stickler?
else. And I
That's what the rules are for.
Yeah.
The
I like
rules
DMs who
are
are like,
there
no, this is
to
fun.
figure out how to make it. If it's plausible and conceivable for you to come up with it as an idea, how do you make the rules work with that? And how do you sort
That's
of
true.
rein in that creativity within a realm of plausibility? You have to draw a line at some point. And I think that there's a reasonable scenario, case argument, for your unseen servant being able to use a blanket to blind this. I just needed Nat to describe for me how he's envisioning this. Similarly, how you would use acrobatics to break the bindings on the pallet.
That's fair.
Maybe you use sort of a crazy martial arts ninja kick, or crescent moon falling kick, or whatever you want to call it, falling moon crescent kick that comes around and shatters it. That's that you could use acrobatics for that sort of attack. So
True.
the rules allow in 5e for you to come up with crazy combinations that maybe not be explicitly stated in the rules, but can be interpreted through DM discretion with a reasonable explanation from the player. And I really love that about 5e. So,
Yeah.
with that, I will say I would like you to make a net attack with your blanket from your unseen servant.
Ooh. Okay.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
so believe it or not,
Are
as
you
a
familiar
wizard,
with the
I'm
net
not
rule?
proficient with. Yes, believe it or not, as a wizard, I'm not proficient with the net, so it's just going to be my deck.
Weird.
Either is unseen servant.
Now I'd be at disadvantage because the net's range is bad, but I'm being assisted by my unseen servant, so it'll be straight, and I think that works.
That would be giving yourself assistance. But the range of the net is what, 10 or 20 feet?
5'10".
5'10", seriously? That's
Yeah. And
That's pretty,
it's a range
that's
weapon,
pretty
so
good.
if you're adjacent to them,
It's
you have disadvantage
enough.
because you're making a ranged attack in melee. If you're 10 feet away, you have disadvantage because you're attacking at long range.
That seems really ridiculous. There's got to be some. What? There's no way. That seems weird.
It is weird.
Net is one of those
really
weird and it's fairly used rules. It functions different in a few different things. Let's see. A large or smaller creature hit by a net is restrained until it is freed. A net has no effect on creatures that are formless and a creature that are huge or larger. A creature can use its action to make a DC 10 strength check, freeing itself for another creature from within its reach on a success. Dealing 5 slashing damage to the net, AC 10, also frees the creature without harming it, ending the effect and destroying the net. When you use an action, bonus action, or reaction to attack with the net, you can make only one attack regardless of the number of attacks that you can normally make. There are no remarks in here about using or getting a range or a disadvantage or anything along those lines. The range is actually
that's the range of the weapon.
15 special and thrown.
Ooh. I'm a little
So-
off there.
You have a 15-foot disadvantage range, but you are able to actually get within 5 feet of this assailant. So we did rule that you would be able to leap off the front of the cart and get to within melee, diving with the blanket. Unseen Servant doesn't normally get to attack, so this will, of course, be a suicide mission. So roll
Sure.
with the roll. Yeah, roll your attack.
All right.
It's going to be
It.
an non-proficient.
Roll it up.
Is that a
Let's
one?
go.
Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
so unseen servant dives out there, blinds itself with the blanket in the face, skewers itself on the spear, and fails to block anything. And
Well.
bamfs out of existence. But the blanket is now hanging over the front of the spear. Maybe not
Progress?
the way we want
Well,
it to
Malcolm,
go, but certainly cinematic.
I like where your head's at, Malachar, but
By
Rob,
Jarvis.
just run him over.
You know what the benefit about
It's gonna be so
killing
good.
servants is?
What?
You know what the real benefit is? There can't be a witness to the crime. Because he's an unseen servant. Okay, it was bad. I'm sorry. It was a bad
God.
You know, someone
That
needs
was
to
a
make
D
the
and dad
puns
joke.
today. So.
bit. Yes.
D and dad joke. Oh,
Krav,
that was
Yeah.
good.
you are
Man.
careening blindly without the guidance of Katrun to tell you which way to go, but you see in front of you this unseen servant. Well, I guess you don't see the servant. You see a blanket go flying over the guy that just jumped out in front of you with a spear, and then you look over and you see this enormous pit of acid that Katrun stepped in before and burned her leg. And you decide you need to veer, but the cart weighs so much. I need you to
Just
roll
do
a
it!
strength check to do this successfully and not dump all of your people that you've just rescued into this vat of boiling acid.
Oh, come on!
I'm so nervous.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
If DM,
Yes?
if I have inspiration, can I give it to her?
Wait, I have inspiration. I was given an inspiration
Oh, that's
by
right.
Corey.
Oh yeah, we
Now's
both
the
would.
time.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Bad one.
Use your natural 20, but you have an inspiration. You are correct.
Now's
So I
the
can
time.
use it to re-roll my 20, right?
Yes, you can absolutely use it to roll. You could also get an assist since Suniva is helping you to push the
Oh
cart.
yeah, because I'm pushing.
Okay.
Huh.
That will
Okay.
give you advantage and a potential reroll.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, then I can't mess this up, right?
Roll them up. Roll them up.
Okay,
Don't challenge
go.
I
fate.
mean, like, I'm really going to write something in that's going to have that much of an impact.
I'm just
Okay.
so nervous about losing all these people. Okay. You said strength, right?
Yep.
So first roll is a 16. Advantage, because Suniva's helping. Second roll, oh baby, that's an 18.
Okay, that's with your modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. In fact, you're really surprised. You've got actually a really good grip with this sort of soft, fibrous, waxy material that's on the ground. And you're able to turn the cart relatively easy, and you feel it begin to tip, and you just push down with your right arm, and you just keep that wheel in the back on the ground. Suniva kind of leans in and like leans off the edge of the cart and holds the right wheels to the ground, and just everything in the back of the cart, including you all in the party, shift violently to the left. And I need dexterity saving throws to prevent yourselves from flying off the cart and into the acid.
Oh, good.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. 16.
Okay. 17. Hold
14.
All
on!
right,
Grab the goblin as he falls.
Malachar,
14.
I'm okay.
14 's good. Suniva, you're on the back. You're fine. Cyrus. Cyrus, what did you get?
Yeah, it was 17. 17.
17. And Strum, you got
I got a 16.
16. Excellent. And I need to roll for Katroon. Just And I mean just barely. That's a 3 on the die. Yeah, that was only a DC 5. You do have these vertical structures on the cart that are designed to hold hold everything in, so there's a lot to grab onto, but just in case there was a natural one. So, I need to start rolling a different die for Katrun, or we're going to have some serious failures while she's not here, and that's not going to be very nice. So, all right, so you successfully keep everything on the cart and keep it running. Now you're moving in more of a right direction, going around the edge of this pool, and that is going to bring us to Cyrus's turn.
Okay. All right. So we've maneuvered ourselves around Spear Guy, still going straight down whatever this area is. Guys behind us haven't really closed distance yet.
They have not. They're still maintaining distance. They're trying to catch up, but you've got Krav pulling, which is a faster move speed than this encounter was planned for. So far. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Can I help Katrun fix her nose so we know where to go?
Yes.
How do I help that happen? Do we give her a tissue?
Her sense of smell has been inhibited for a round. She lost the smell for a round, and she'll need to get it back. Thematically, you can offer her some water.
Water.
Give her a tissue to clean it out.
Yeah, I obviously, all right, the gentleman that Cyrus is, he clearly carries around a nicely embroidered handkerchief with his initials scrawled across it.
Oh my god.
And he hands it to Katrun and says, "Clear that nose of yours, we need to get out of here."
All right. Katrun.
And then, oh wait, I owe you a D20 too.
Clears her nose into your tissue, hands it back, and it is somewhat less sodden than you had expected, but still definitely in need of heavy laundering.
Goes in the back pocket this time. I rolled a 3 on that D20 for environmental things. So
excellent. So
hit me, DM.
There is a large section of pre-constructed honeycomb that goes sort of walking across the path. So it's coming in like right behind you, and you sort of break line of sight for a moment. How would you like to use this to your advantage?
Do we have an alley we can make a quick like turn into or anything like that as our line of sight is broken?
You're currently charging through the chasm, the large, well-lit chasm that has the acid pools. There aren't really any structures behind here. But there are smoke clouds. There's low-hanging stalactites of residential structures and everything. It just doesn't quite meet the floor level that you're on.
I don't think I have a use. I have a use for it. They're so far behind us, and as long as we get Katrun up and running, I think we're okay. So I think I'll let them be. They'll let their cabbage cart, stay intact, and then knock another arrow and wait for any other enemies that appear.
The rogue breaks line of sight, elects not to hide and go for the sneak attack.
What do you break line of sight and shoot what in range? We have nothing here.
Well, it would have actually the advantage from the hiding attack plus the disadvantage from the range would neutralize out, and you would end up with a standard attack.
Cyrus thinks that we're carrying along at a fine clip here and has maybe made 1 too many, 3 too many, 5 too many rash decisions today, and possibly killing more of these folk isn't necessarily the best idea. So he's gonna just wait until anything approaches us threateningly, and then we'll handle the situation.
All right. I like it. showing some discretion and some forethought. Like, no need to kill them uselessly, right? So that will bring us back to the top of the round, and we'll Strum at 22, who is playing inspirational music as we go barreling through this waxy floor and acid-filled cavern.
Oh god, what to do?
You're now barreling through. You're coming up to a cave, but Katrun has not quite regained the scent yet. You're not sure which direction you're going to go, and so you sort of circle around, running almost past where you think you need to go, but you're not quite sure.
So how far away are they now at this point?
They are still
a good
180 feet, and one of them at 210. Nope. Yeah, they're
still. Yeah, basically still nothing that I can really do. I'm not a strong boy, so I can't really help with the pushing or anything of that nature. Yeah, he's Strum ain't strong. Yeah, he's just gonna keep playing his music. At this point, he's just enjoying the madness and flourishing as just pure chaos is going off around him. This is him living out his wildest dream. So he's
this is exactly
head banging away, just yeah.
Fast music, crazy hair, and running from the cops.
So yeah, that's what he wants in life.
That's
pure punk.
Okay,
I love it.
Zuniva.
I'm just going. Oh wait, I have to roll first, right?
Yes.
I actually
I
didn't roll.
remembered.
Yeah, yes.
I rolled a 3, by the
Go ahead
way.
and give me a roll to see if there's anything.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, another pane of wax going by.
There's a lot of
It's
wax
like-
around here.
It's like when you're smoking the bee's hive and you're pulling out the racks full of honey. It's like maybe it's a food cart or some sort. These bugs are weird. Okay, so Suniva, what did you get?
I rolled a 15.
There are no available environmental effects to take advantage of this round. Are you going to continue
then
with
I'm
the
just-
cart?
Yeah, just gonna keep pushing.
Okay. And you're going to continue holding your action to throw darts if something should come within range.
Yeah, I'll keep doing that.
All right. Nat 20. So Katrun immediately catches the scent and points right as you're passing where you think you need to go. And Krog turns her head and looks, why didn't you tell me earlier? And starts to turn and squeal. But before we get to that, the Crawl are going to continue to try and make ground on you at their mad dashing speed. But they do seem to be showing signs of wear. Who has a Constitution modifier below 3?
Below 3.
Below 3?
I do. Man.
Probably everybody.
Rob,
The
what's
modifier
your
below. Yeah,
con modifier?
me too.
My con mod is 2. Plus 2.
Oh my!
2.
So you've been charging for 2 rounds. So the dash action in the chase rule set allows you to use the dash as many times as you have con modifier, and every time you use it after that, you roll a Constitution saving throw or take a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So, on your turn to continue your dash, you will need to roll a con save.
Okay.
But first,
Also,
we're going to
wait.
go to Malachart.
Does rage still give exhaustion too after you fall out of rage, or is that just
That's only if you frenzy.
That's the higher. That's frenzy.
Yeah, frenzy.
Okay, I couldn't remember
Yeah,
if it was
it's a
just
little
rage
bit
or
different.
frenzy.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Cyrus?
like, she needs to be really
Being
careful
dark
here.
again?
No! I didn't want you to die! I'm just looking out for you.
She hasn't been making any
Alright.
attacks, so
Sure.
that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so Malakar, we will go with your turn before we decide what happens. You notice the cart starts coming to a screeching corner, and in that moment, roll me a d20 to find out if there are any advantages. You could. A 5. The ground beneath your feet is slippery with some sort of acid or other liquid, maybe some base. It's very slick in this spot. I need you to you spot this slick area because you are getting to take advantage of this, not it being inflicted upon you. There is a slick spot you are seeing on the ground next to where you're being pursued from. Is there any way do you see that you could potentially take advantage of this?
Looking at.
Aerial pursuit's a little bit hard to take advantage of that one, I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna. I mean, I could check if it's flammable. But I think
There
we're
is
trying to
always
turn
that.
around. I think we're trying to turn around right now, so I'm just gonna say, does anyone have another blanket?
No!
Oh,
We're practically naked.
hold on. Wait, Matt. Hold on. Wait, Matt.
Oh.
Oh,
Hold on. Oh, I feel like I do. Hang on. This would be so funny if I do. Damn, I don't.
Oh.
One of my other D&D
Okay.
characters must have a
You are
blanket
all
that I'm
going to be
so
terribly
convinced has
cold
one.
tonight. You have one blanket amongst you, and you use it on a spear.
Strum's fine.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
going
there's-
to ready the minor illusion spell for when the crawl regains sight on us in the cave. To try to make our cart look different. It's probably not gonna work,
Okay.
but that's my plan.
Yeah. Roll me just for now. Roll a deception, or when you cast it, roll me a deception, and we'll go from there. All right. So I need Krav to make another strength saving throw. Of course, you have Suniva available to assist as well as you make
Okay.
another gut-wrenching turn
All right.
to go into the
All right.
cave.
Straight. So first one's 12. Advantage with the assist. Ooh, a nat 20, baby.
Now,
Yeah!
this time you don't even need to like roll a save or nothing. You see it coming, and you know it's going to try and lift up on you. You think you're starting to get in the hold of the how this cart handles, and you actually use the slick spot to your advantage to sort of slide the cart sideways and just start running, like drifting at 40 feet every couple of seconds. Yeah, that's a pretty fast pace. Your maximum movement speed, and sort of drift sideways and then use that stop momentum to propel yourself into the cave. At which point, Malakar casts an illusion. Roll me your deception. I want to find out just how good your
right.
illusion is.
I'm going to try to disguise our cart. That's a nat 20.
Holy crap!
Oh,
It doesn't even look like
two
a
in a
cart
row.
anymore. It doesn't even look like a cart anymore. It looks like maybe a bread wagon.
Sure,
Just
bread wagon.
out of control. It's a covered carriage now. Okay.
By the way, minor illusion doesn't move, so this is only very briefly.
So as your illusion takes effect, how do you want to take advantage of this while you have line of sight broken, I will say that you have 2 rounds, so 12 seconds to take advantage of your stationary illusion.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can we just like go a different
Just
direction
go.
and they go that way and hopefully they don't notice? Stealth?
Let's try it.
Well, the illusion wouldn't really help with that, but
No, let's just get into the sewers, right? I mean, it's just there, so they're gonna think they're catching up that we stopped, and we can just
Oh yeah, it does leave an.
keep going.
Oh yeah. Alternatively, we could leave an illusion of our cart behind, and we just book it.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay. That's
Yeah.
good. You leave an illusion of the cart that actually sort of takes up almost the entirety of the entrance into this cave sewer entrance. As you start coming back onto metal grating, and you make it a fair distance down the tunnels, and the chase music sort of subsides as Strum catches his breath, and everybody waiting silently, trying to see if they'll figure out where you are. And you hear a bunch of chirping and cricket-like noises coming from the halls as they appear to be searching for you in the general vicinity, but unsure exactly where you went.
Okay.
Corey?
After 5 minutes or so, the searching seems to abate and come to a stop. Yes, Croft.
Do you want me to make that con save now, or should I just take the exhaustion now that we're done?
You didn't actually need to charge a 3rd round.
Oh,
We're good.
Perfect.
We're here to
Because
party.
We're good.
Exciting.
you good, fam?
We're good.
Well done. That was a great exploration of the vehicular chase mechanics in 5e. There are a bunch of other options in the chases and how they work together. Of course, this is just one possible scenario under which you can use these rules. So you are back in the sewers. You have some unconscious humanoids, 13 of them to be exact, and you have thrown off the chase for now. What will you do?
Man, I don't even know what we should do.
I
got a bunch of bodies in a cart. We've got a bunch of bodies
So we
in
need
a
to get
cart.
these people to safety. Do they need healing? Can we take a look and see what conditions they are in?
Yeah, I think
I think
now
I
we've got
agree
some
with that.
time. We can take a look. We can take a
I'd like
look.
to help. I'm good with the magic
Roll me a
healing
medicine
and
check.
stuff.
Who's
With advantage
looking?
because I've helped.
Who wants to look?
Who has proficiency in medicine? Nobody?
I don't think
I-
I,
Oh,
do.
I don't have
Yeah,
proficiency.
Technically, I'm not proficient now, but I'm good at it.
Got a crappy medicine check mod, so
Does
I don't
Katrin
think
have
I'd be
All
medicine,
right.
maybe?
Same. Yeah, does Cat?
Oh, I bet she
Probably.
does.
I just don't have her character sheet pulled up.
Is she
Well,
on
she's got a
D&D
lot of
Beyond?
wisdom.
Can we access her?
I believe so.
Oh, the
I feel
overlay's
like
not
she
on.
is.
Let me look.
Oh yeah, the overlay's good. Oh well.
Hold on, let me look. Please stand by.
The overlay's gone.
Mm-hmm.
What overlay?
Oh, did we not use the D&D Beyond
Uh-huh.
overlay for this?
She does
Yeah, we
not
did,
have
or in the
proficiency in
early
medicine.
Episodes.
No.
No.
She's got a plus
All right,
well-
well,
So do I, but
All right,
not
so-
no proficiency. They're
We're all
fine.
useless.
All right, roll. Well, who's gonna roll? You guys, you're
I nominate
you're really
Saniva.
gonna have the skill. Okay,
I
we go.
will see what I can do. Sure. 13.
let's say that one more time.
It's 10 plus 3. 13.
13. 13. Sorry, it broke up for a second there. So 13, you can tell that they are still alive. You are able to get a thready pulse. They are alive, but non-responsive. You sort of open up their eyes and flash a light in there to try and determine whether or not you could wake them up. Their pupils are non-responsive.
I don't think they're looking too good, but they're alive. We need to get them someplace safe quickly, I think.
I don't think there's anywhere safe where any of these crawl are. We might be stuck in here. Undercity is theirs. Upper cities, they've got... I mean, we could try going to the guards when we get up there, but...
Yeah, but we have to get up first. We broke the ladder on the way down.
There's other sewer grates, but what if we leave them here, hidden with Katrun to watch over them? She can smell the danger coming, while we sneak up and try to find help.
Cyrus looks around to see if there's any steam vents, pipes around. Potentially, any steam pipes to maybe break and alert a small goblin friend about the location of something wrong.
Croft picks up her warhammer and kind of looks at Cyrus like, did you
I mean, this is probably a terrible idea, and we should just go looking. But I have just bad feelings, Malakar, about leaving one of ours back with just all of these people.
As a representative of the Azet League, I think smashing that pipe is a wonderful idea.
I don't know how
break it.
Yeah, how deep are we back into the sewers, Corey? How far? I assume we're like walking now.
Yes. So you are at this point probably maybe a quarter mile away from where you were, and you've made a significant amount of progress, and then pulled over to check on the unconscious victims of these crawl.
Okay.
So Katrun is looking at them, thinking, and she's sort of like fidgeting with her trunk a little bit, and kind of like plucking on the end of a tusk. Does she have tusks? She didn't say she has tusks.
She did not.
Wasn't in her character description. Well, guys, I think maybe I could heal her. Should I heal her?
I mean,
you
got enough for all 12?
Katrun impression.
Spare.
So she has healing
I think that would
word.
be a great idea.
Does anybody else have a healing spell?
I've got one that I can use, but there's a part of me that wants to save it in case one of us gets hurt, especially if we're trying to get all these bodies out of here.
I mean, having another helping hand here may not be an issue. If Katrun wants to heal one of these up, especially the one that, maybe we promised a small little boy to bring back, that might work well for us. Additionally, the more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm liking this idea, Katrun. I think this is a good plan. If we have one of them with us when we go back to the surface to say what's been going on, that could sway some ears in our direction.
Okay.
I think you're all right.
Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, I can do that. And she pulls one of those mushrooms off the head of her staff, and she crumples it up, and she sort of smears it across her palms, and it begins to glow this greenish yellow energy. And she reaches down with the smear on her hands and chants and touches the mother on the head, and it glows for a moment and soaks in, and she sort of regains consciousness. And where am I? What have you done with me?
Calm. Now, what do you last remember? You're here and you're in safe hands now, but I need to know what you last remember. We're here on behalf of, I assume, your son Alcaris. That ring a bell?
My son?
Small Vettelkin
I
kid.
don't have a son.
Well, I
I don't
thought.
have a son. Where's my
What?
husband?
Pile of shit.
What have you done
we
with
get
him?
the wrong one. Oh no.
Let me out of these
No,
shackles!
Hold
We are
on
trying,
now.
we are trying
You just
to
be-
help.
No,
You were about to be fed. You're about to be fed to a giant crawl queen. I think a little bit of thanks might be in order. What do you last remember?
I was home. I was making dinner. There was a shattering of glass in my bedroom. I went to look what it was, and these monsters, they came through the window, like through the walls, and they bound me, and they put this powder in my face, and then you woke me.
Well, just to
Wait, we found.
sign a little faith.
Do you know what
How
it
long
looked
has
like?
passed?
Was it?
It was a giant. It was a giant bug. He had all the legs, and he grabbed me with these tentacles, and he just held me. I don't know of anything that meets this description. I'm sorry, I can't be of more use. I just
No, Zeta's
Hang
okay. You
on,
have been
calm
through
down.
so much.
suddenly.
I'm gonna look around and I'll give her
doesn't
my
make
water
sense.
skin. So she
Well,
can have
she
some
doesn't
water.
have. I want to undo her shackles so she can at least attempt to use that water skin.
Oh, she's still shackled. I thought we broke them open. I'm sorry.
Yep.
My bad.
Nope.
Thought we did that
Yeah.
last
I'm
session.
just
but
forcing
whatever.
it in her mouth.
Katrun tried to break them, but was unsuccessful.
That's right.
What was that?
That's
I
right.
heard a moment ago about an offering. Was something that in chat?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
so-
gifted, we were gifted
There's
another
there's
pet
another pet.
by
There's another pet.
Shale001. Donated
Shale.
a young female fairy dragon for Suniva,
Oh, man.
Oh my!
which is amazing.
That is
I will try to
wild.
write something
love
that
it.
is thematic into the next session
I
for Suniva to have a pet fairy dragon of some form.
Oh my
Of some
God.
There we
form.
go.
I won't guarantee that
Of
it will
some
be a fairy
form,
dragon,
yes.
but it will be fitting of the Ravnica
I love
campaign
it.
setting.
It's gonna be wild.
Thank you
Um,
very much, Shale.
Thank you, Chale.
So,
That's
At this
amazing.
point,
I'm
yeah,
so
right.
excited.
Like the-
Strum would like to raise that. Should I wake up the husband, or do you want me to?
Did we get
I'm
him?
not- I'm
Is
not
my
sure.
out of character question? Did we get
yeah.
him? I
Is the husband?
I
don't remember this.
Katrun starts sniffing. I don't smell him. He's not here.
Oh.
Should we? Do we need to go back? I don't want to go
Not
back in there.
right now, Katrun.
But yeah.
We
maybe-
didn't see any
maybe I
other.
should-
Like we got everyone out, right? That we saw.
You grabbed all 13 bodies that you could recognize that were
That we saw.
available to grab from there.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's still staring around, delusional, just out of touch with what's going on. She says, "Gerald? He's not here.
No.
I saw them take him, and he was fighting. He didn't. They gave him the powder, but he didn't go to sleep.
Maybe he escaped. Is there some place where you could think that he might have ran for, for safety or for help?
Well, I remember at first we were there being attacked, but then we weren't there anymore. We were. Ah, crap! Where'd it go? We were on the Millennial platform, and we were having dinner at the Sky Spire Cafe, and God, we were there. It seems forever, and I don't remember it being forever. At this, Katroon sort of looks over, and between the description of the powder that was put in their face, their comatose state, and the description of this euphoric hallucination, sort of starts beginning to put things together, and recognizes that this is, guys, there's a mushroom that can do this. It's it's the chromatospore, and it will make you hallucinate like that, and you go to a special place and it seems so real, and you don't ever want to leave. And but long-term use has terrible consequences.
Well, do you know who would have access to this or be able to utilize it, or is this... Now, I'm no spore druid, but is this a widespread kind of thing? I feel like I've been in the underbelly to a lot of places, and yet this is new to me.
Oh no, it's very specialized. I mean, it takes a lot to grow it. I mean, it's very specific conditions, and I could go on and on. It's very fascinating.
I bet it is. Now, you say it's specific. Now, is it specifically located and grown, or sold in particular places?
Oh, no, it's highly illegal.
Well, DM, as I'm having a conversation, I really would like to get this woman out of her chains. It's starting to stress me out a little bit. I want to get her out.
Yes. So I need either a lock-picking attempt if you have tools.
So I have tools, but I can't find them. Check. Like I found thieves' tools like in the items and stuff and moved it over, but they don't populate into an ability. Yeah, so I can roll whatever the ability is if you just let me know what that is. I do have thieves' tools.
Yeah, so it will be a sleight of hand. No, I'm sorry, it's dexterity check with proficiency is what it is.
Okay, so for me that is equivalent to my sleight of hand, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll that if that's okay. Yeah.
All the thieves' tool allow you to do is to pick a lock, and then you get to add your proficiency modifier to breaking the lock.
I really hope it's not a difficult lock, but 13.
That is more than sufficient. You successfully jimmy it open. They're a very, very simple mechanical lock, but very strong. So it is a DC 20 to break, but it was only a DC 12 to unlock. So you managed to undo the shackles, and she's sort of wringing her wrists. And thank you. Where are we? Where's Gerald?
I'd love to answer those questions for you, man, but real quick for me. Do you recognize anyone else in this cart here? Anyone, your neighbors, friends, family?
No, I don't. Well, maybe 10 years ago. No, I don't think so. They don't even look familiar to me.
And are you sure you don't remember a small Vedelkin kid? Might have access to your house?
We found children's toys in your house. Come on.
And a child.
You were in my house?
I think The child's a bit bigger than the toys.
Ma'am, listen, we are investigators, and we're investigating a crime of all of these missing people, of which we have found. Now, I need you to cooperate.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I had no idea you were on an official investigation.
I apologize, we should have made that more clear. Just worried about getting everyone set free here.
And she just had no idea you hadn't said anything about it.
You're right. You're totally right.
We're just a bunch of randos.
I will say, just the fact that we're not giant bugs should give it away, to be honest.
I mean, look, we're a conglomeration of things here. But yes, we are here to help. Now, do you mind letting us know some of these answers?
I'm happy to give you more answers, but I need a weapon, and I need where did you find me? I have to find Gerald. He can't take care of himself. You get the impression that she is not about to let her husband go quietly into the night, and she is going to fiercely march into the face of certain doom to try and rescue him. And the fire lightens in her eyes, and she starts looking about for anything she can grab as she overcomes her own fear.
Ma'am, if I promise you that I will go back there and look, you'll stay here? Give me a description.
Stay where? I don't even know where we are.
Under protection. Look, we're somewhere in the sewers, and that's all you need to know. We're going to be going back up to where we found your trail that got taken out of your house. Now, we'll get you back there. But I cannot have you return to that.
Right. Gerald is,
what is your name?
Not a strong man. Hold on, I got it written down over here.
My name is
Now that I think about it, we never asked.
Eva. It's very nice to meet you. These are all of my friends. We have here my friend Katrun. We are both in the Celestia. It's very nice to make your acquaintance. This here is Krav, and she is very strong, and I'll go around and introduce everybody just while you're looking at your notes.
She is very strong.
There's a lot. I've been doing a lot of writing, so there's a lot to dig through.
And this is Strum. He is very small, but do not let that trick you. He can do some amazing things. And this is Malika. He likes to blow things up and is very good at it so far. And Cyrus is so sneaky, and he's been very amazing at trying to get all of these things solved for you. And Sneva just starts blathering on and keeps going.
I love Sneva so much.
Okay, her name is Dariet, because I did not actually put that down. I just kept referring to her as Mother.
Her name is Mother.
Quote.
Hello, Mother.
Mother.
Hello, Mother.
Her name is Dariet.
Dariet.
Oh, Dariet, it's very nice to meet you. Do you know if, I don't know, I know that you want to come with us, but we need to get these other people to safety first. Do you know if there's someplace, perhaps somebody that you trust where we could take these people to in the meantime?
Yeah. Roll me a persuasion.
Ooh. That's not good, DM. Persuasion, where's that? 5?
Yeah. 5? She says, no. She says, I don't care about these people right now. I don't want to go somewhere safe. I want to find Gerald. If you won't take me with you, I'll
We
go on
will
my
find
own.
him.
I smack her across the head. Boom.
She immediately calms
As
out.
for that healing spell slot.
Well,
Non-lethally.
you know what, Malachar? You know what, Malachar?
I had my sleep
What?
spell
I assume
ready.
that was a joke.
I was about to knock her out if I needed to.
No, I'm doing
I didn't
it.
need
No,
to
I'm doing
actually
it.
physically hit the lady. Ah, darn.
Well,
She
I
doesn't fall
guess
out.
that
She
solves
looks at
that
you.
for now.
She doesn't actually fall out. I thought you were joking.
Oh,
So
no.
she's sort of like,
Oh,
okay.
Oh my god.
Jesus, Malachar. Holy crap.
There are things that are more important right now than your little person,
Take me
and
to
you
the
need to get a
Azet.
bigger picture.
Take me to the Azorius. Take me to the Azorius. They'll know what to do about this.
The question for me, the illiterate Azorius Senate, is this good for us? I can't tell. Is this okay? Should we go there? I don't know what
Azorius
the
bureaucracy.
I don't know enough about the
Senate
bureaucracy
are the
between things.
lawmakers. The Azorius Senate are the lawmakers, and the Boros Legion are sort of the law enforcement. They would do riot control and usually are tied up by the Rakdos.
Sure.
So the Azorius would be if the equivalent of maybe the FBI in conjunction with the sort of legislative body of the U.S. And then the Boros Legion would sort of be the police force and maybe at a state level.
So if we take, man, do we know of like, does the Azorius Senate have like magister locations that they would, I don't know, legislate the law from? I'm trying to think
Yes,
of like
in the
how we
10th
would do
district,
this.
in
I
fact.
have like a precinct office.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I need
so-
a precinct office. I need an FBI office. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm looking
They
for
are
here.
they are in the 10th district, as most of our adventures in this campaign will be in the 10th district, which is the sort of ruling center of the Ravnica campaign setting. The Azorius Senate, in fact, is in... Nat, do you happen to have it right on hand? Otherwise,
No, I
sort of
don't.
digging this out. All right.
I know that they have
I know
their
you
all
were-
the 10 guilds have their guild halls in the 10th district, so we could take it to like the official head Azorius guild hall. That might not end well, but we could do it.
Well, you mean there might be a problem with all of these non-Azorius people conducting a secret investigation showing up at the doorstep of
What
the
could go
Azorius? It'll
wrong?
be fine.
We've got like,
This is a
we'll
good
say, I don't know,
plan.
papers.
I'm excited for
Don't we
it.
have, doesn't Katrin have papers, right? Doesn't she have like official documentation of said thing? Like, are we?
You
I
all
mean,
do.
like, I think it's
That's
from
what-
the
yeah.
Celestia,
don't-
and it's like,
I had a
don't
note
tell
card.
anybody. Suniva
Oh,
didn't read
well.
it. This is just what Sam remembers.
Sure. Sure. I remember mine was like just like fill out the blanks, right? Like what happened? Where is it?
Oh, that's right. You had like a
What did you find?
checklist, I think.
Yeah, I had a checklist. So I don't know if that works for what we're looking at here.
Cyrus got Mad Libs.
Yeah, pretty much. You found noun, doing, adjective, verb.
I love doing
Please
adjectives.
enter. I love doing adjectives. Yes. Adjective, verb. What is
It
that?
is
An
in
adverb? Oh my
precinct
god,
1.
I was terrible with those.
New Prov, the
Precinct
Azorius
1.
Senate Guild Hall, is located in the eastern end of the precinct, and many residents work there. Some active officers are retired soldiers from the Boros Legion and make their homes in this precinct. The Orzhov Syndicate has a presence here, though its connections to many of the small businesses. So it is in the 1st precinct of the 10th district. Not somewhere you guys have been or are immediately familiar with, or particularly, it's sort of a highbrow area.
Okay.
Oh, you definitely not been around there. On my speed.
So, okay, just
DM.
for the name of brevity, we could potentially go to the 1st precinct to talk to the Azorius Senate, or we could take her with us, or we could let her march off on her own.
Definitely not marching off on her own. Don't want to allow that. At
Or
Strum
return her
doesn't
to
allow
her
that.
home, or I guess probably the most appropriate reaction would be to take her back to the cross-guild council that you have been
That was my question
dispatched
for the
from.
thing. Yeah.
I'd like to.
Can we do
Strum would like
that?
to do that.
Is that an option?
I vote
I
for
didn't know if
that.
that
That
was
is
like a too
absolutely an
secretive thing. Let's take the cart.
No, actually,
We're going there.
okay. It's actually
We need to find a
relatively
way up.
Out of the sewers.
Katrun follows the stench and leads you directly back the way you came, all the way to the edge of Deadbridge Chasm, where going through the grate, the cart does manage to fit out onto the ledge, the ledge is actually a ramp going up to the 6th precinct, I want to say. Am I crazy? What am I doing here? 6th precinct is where we were, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
Sounds right.
I am
that's
not
where
good
Midori
at
Park was.
numbering them. Yep, I'm pretty sure it's 6th precinct.
Sam has a much better memory than Suniva does.
Yeah, it's 6th precinct. So out of Deadbridge Chasm, the ramp sort of winds up the side and over towards the marketplace where you went to the cafe/bar and ordered your drinks before. After a number of hours of travel doing this, you do make your way back up to the surface with your cart full of victims, which definitely draws the eye of a lot of
Right.
passers.
DM question.
Yes.
DM question. On the way
Yes.
up, can I begin cutting each of them free and freeing them of their shackles so at least we're not just carrying around cocoons of people, but just people?
Yeah, that's
Just
an
dead
interesting loot you've got there. I will say with
Yeah.
enough time and being on the cart and everything, you do manage to free them from their bindings and from their shackles and lay them in the back of the cart and maybe even shed the pallets themselves off the back of the cart, making it easier for Croft to pull this up the long incline to get out of Deadbridge Chasm.
The
will
other
say,
question I have
away-
about this. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I just
go
wanted to
ahead.
know if any of them had woken up. Like, any chance of them having woken up. No? Okay.
Nope.
That's it.
Katrun says that this toxin it lasts it can last a long time, like days between doses. I mean, it's really potent stuff.
Well, while we're moving the cart through the city as well, by the way, Strum will do the whole like Secret Service type thing where he's just like, nothing to see here, nothing to see. Just move along, people, move along. You just
Finish your business.
Eyes to the ground, eyes to the ground.
and just like he's just bouncing around the cart whilst going on, just like, just go on with your day, come on now.
Roll me a
He's doing his best
persuasion
to-
with
Back to the
advantage
drinks.
Oh,
because you
persuade.
are a goblin talking primarily to goblins.
Okay, good.
Hey.
That's an 8 and an 18. So 18 plus my persuasion, which I'm proficient at. So that is actually 23. So
Nice. Heck
People
yeah.
around here are actually sort of used to criminal goings-ons and are not the biggest fan of getting involved and very much take you seriously when you say there is nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. You'll be fine.
That's right.
Just get on with your day.
This is
Official
clearly
business.
syndicate business. Don't
Yeah.
want nothing to do with that. Okay.
You don't want to see my
you
badge.
make your way through
Badge.
and into the central chamber where you originally met with your pact before, or your pact leaders before. There is nobody around. How will you contact them?
Hello.
Can Krav just knock on the door?
Scrum starts playing his little
This I'm pretty sure this is
Yeah,
men.
Krav's just gonna Krav's just gonna like look at the group and then just kind of plop up there. Just a nice big meaty like bang bang bang.
After a few minutes, just a moment, stop beating on my door. And sort of this individual wrapped in different cords of various types of metals comes and like pushes open the door. What is it that you are banging on my door for at this hour?
Krav,
Yes.
What time is it?
at her friends.
It's maybe around 9:30, 10. It's not past a decent hour, but it's definitely getting dark.
Do we
Okay, like,
recognize
did we
this
just
person
show up here at, like, 4
the
in the
last time we were
morning?
here?
No, this is definitely someone new, but you would recognize his heraldry and his accoutrement as being someone who is a public servant in dedication of the communal spaces.
Hmm.
It's sort of a neutral groundskeeper.
Sure. I guess I don't know what we would call ourselves. Are there a lot of these like multi? I don't know what to call us. Like
Task
Friends?
force.
I don't know.
I've just been calling you a
help me out. Yeah, I'm just
cross-guild task force.
Cross guild. That's the word I'm looking for. Cross guild task force. Okay. So okay. All right. Thank you. I
Inter-guild
need words and I couldn't
investigatory
think of them.
task force.
Yes. So
I like that better.
Cyrus will swagger up and just like casually,
Oh,
like flash
God.
the badge, like the FBI flash, and just and then put it back. Part of the inter-guild investigative task force that was sent out to
IT.
find some missing persons. Looks like we found them and solved the problem. I'd like you to round up our guild contacts and we'll do a debrief.
Yes, sure. I assume that you've made the proper reservations for the public spaces.
Yeah.
Sure.
Always something. It's always something with you investigators. This is your first round, isn't it? Okay, well, it's going to be a little while. Do you happen to have your representative paperwork?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, please gather it up. And while you're at it, can you, some of these folk need medical attention. And if we can get that to them rather quickly, that would be most ideal. And then, like, hand over
Yes.
all of the paperwork.
He begins rifling through the paperwork. Yes, the you see the blight upon that tree over there. That is what I will be healing. I don't really help with this kind of healing, but I'll tell you what,
No,
I can summon your contacts, assuming you filled out your appropriate forms, and you have not filled out anything as expected. So, I will go and try and figure out who I'm supposed to be contacting. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, we're
Wait
just trying
here.
to save people here. Paperwork can wait. Get them some medical attention.
Yes. Well, you're quite the force of will. Very well. Wait here. And he invites you into the large empty chamber.
Can I give him the names of the people that are our guild contacts?
That would be handy.
Yes, if you know them.
Nassius Ven was the proctor of the guild pact. There was Dimble, Stumble. He was the Azek guy. He called Stumble Duck, but he didn't like that. Then there was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. There was Halimar and Stixel and a Black Pegasus mounted wood elf from the Selesnya Combine, who I did not give the name of actually.
Okay, so the Celestia contact was Fawn, Fonn. She was a female wood elf riding a black Pegasus. Your character would remember this, especially Siniva and
Katrin.
Katrin. Thank you. I don't know why I keep forgetting your character's name. I don't know why. Okay. You also, let's see, present was Stixel, a female goblin from the Gruul clan. Dimble Dergel, who is the stumble duck you were referencing. From the Simic Combine was Halimar, they, them, Vidalkin. And who am I forgetting? That's all of our...
I think it's everyone.
See, we've got... Is that Selesnya, Simic, and Gruul? Yes? Perfect.
Sounds right.
That was your contact. And Nasius Ven is the fifth. That's who I was forgetting. He is the proctor of the Guild Pact. So after a few moments of laying around, just kind of lounging, hanging out as you like, well, at least that's what the unconscious 10 or 12 people are doing. The rest of you are probably fidgeting nervously. Nobody seems to be coming back to update you, but the first to arrive is Fawn, and you hear the beating of the wings as she comes flying in from the ceiling and through the enormous gabled window structure above, maybe 80 feet above you, and descends in circles down the cavern into a extremely graceful landing, and comes clopping up to you and sort of nods at you. Suniva.
Hello there.
Good to see you.
Oh, thank you. It is so good to see you.
It is good to see you are still well. What do you bring me? Do you make a report?
Oh. Yes, we were able to track these missing people, and I'll gesture to our cart full of bodies. They seem to. Katrina says that they seem to have been drugged with something, and we're really not sure exactly what it was that took them. This woman here, we were able to revive, and she witnessed the attack, but we don't recognize this thing that. Seems to be responsible for all of these missing people. So we thought that perhaps it would be best to come back and maybe there's some information that you might be privy to that we're not able to understand right now, so that we can help even better.
As you go on nervously chatting with not all these details, but not quite what Fawn is looking for, she starts.
He was super nervous and intimidated.
And as you're doing this, Dimble Daredevil comes sort of waddling in, holding this enormous copper cannon strapped to the front of him. And Malachar!
What?
Did you bring your report?
I gave it to Strum.
Strum, where's the report?
You see, there was
burn the note card.
No, there was a dog. There was a dog down in the store, and the dog ate the report. Funny thing, really. See a lot of sewer dogs around here, in these parts.
That's true.
Yeah.
There was one that it was bad. It was bad when I was young. All the stories I can tell you. But
you know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure you have another copy of the form, right?
Oh, well, that one also got eaten by another sewer dog. There was a pack of them, led by a dire sewer dog. It was oh boy.
Wow.
While he's saying this, can I just get down and start scribing out by hand a form? Because that'll probably work for the Azette.
Roll a deception for distraction. Scrum.
Oh, roll a deception.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I'm better at performance. Yeah. That is a 15. 10 plus 5.
He's captivated on your every word. I mean, there's got to be some sort of practical application for this new breed of sewer dog. I mean,
wow.
What properties have them? Have they? Were they able to track? How could we use these things?
Well, they were acclimated to some kind of sewer poison, and they were very poison efficient and poison.
Handling the poison.
Convenient.
At your mention of the immunities, Halamar's sort of ears perk up, and he looks at you with a very disapproving glare, and yet he's ashamed himself for how intrigued he is by this. And about that time, Malachar is finishing up the report and goes to hand it off. And at that moment, in comes Stixel, the young female goblin who is representing the Grohl clan. She comes up and she's sort of unobtrusive. You don't really notice her until she's standing right next to your feet. And she says, Crop. Looking way up at you.
She's looking way down at her. Like,
who's behind this?
Shit, who is behind this?
Start to the K. Start to the K.
Honestly, I think Crab would just be like,
Crab, it's almost like your name. it's close to your name, Crab. Crawl.
oh!
Crawl.
The Kroll.
She spoke. The Kroll.
Who said that? Who was that?
Well, that would be the Gogari. I suppose it's a good thing they're not here. That is news most dire. They are not well liked, and they are not well positioned to be handling this sort of scenario. I can tell you, I'm at least a little bit relieved that it wasn't the Grohl causing this time. It seems like we get the brunt of everything. Halamar walks over and puts his hand on Stixel's head. Cyrus.
Yes, Halamar.
What have you learned?
Well, Halamar, looks like some Crawl or some associate of the Crawl had been taking people out of one of the neighborhoods that a district that Cyrus definitely remembers, in a precinct that he definitely remembers that I don't remember. It was 6, right? Wait, I actually do have this written down. Yep, precinct 6. There we go. Little part of town, over by a nice little bakery, actually. But turns out the Crawl were taking them down below through the sewers and out towards their little industrial complex. Over near the chasm.
Gotcha.
We
most dire.
tracked them down to a queen they had posted up in a warehouse. Now, I don't know what the protocol is for crawl queens, but it seemed like their little operation with humans, elves, and Vedelkin being fed to this thing doesn't really comply.
Humans, Vedelkin, and elves, you say? That
Indeed.
is
All adult.
an interesting prospect. This warrants further
Now,
investigation.
I do warn you that upon seeing the plight of these people, and like gesturing backwards, hopefully they're getting medical attention, man. It's been like 2 hours probably of waiting. I swear, if none of them are up and about, I'm going to be... Cyrus is upset.
They're just having
Due
a
to the
good time
situation.
whatever realm they're in right now.
Fawn has actually dismounted from the Pegasus and is going around and placing her hand upon the foreheads of the individuals, and they are sort of coming to in confusion, and their shouts of confusion as they come back to consciousness is a bit distracting as you're trying to make your report.
Cyrus powers through. Now, due to the fact that these people here were stuck, chained, webbed, and there were small eggs of these creatures all around, we decided that we must take action. Now, you might find some unhappy crawl higher-ups at this point, depending on whether or not they knew about this particular queen, but we took it upon ourselves to do a little saving.
That is quite a claim you are laying. The Crawl do not consume the living. They are carrion eaters. But what you say makes it sound as though they have live food, and what more, these eggs you describe would not be large enough for a human or like-sized creature to be inside. This sounds quite unique and separate. You must investigate further and report back.
That is the plan. I do want you to be aware that there are some highly illegal substances being used to sedate these people when they're being taken. Now, I don't know the sources of these said things, but I do think we should keep an eye out for it. And kind of gesture over to Cavern and be like, tell them about these mushrooms you heard of.
Oh, yes, the mushrooms, they're they grow only in the darkest of conditions, and they have to have a special phosphorescent bioluminescent mushroom that grows in the cohabitation space right next to them. And you also have to have a very high nitrate in the soil, and it must be growing from the decomposing mass of something living.
Catch it real quick. Yeah, decomposing of something living. That's the part that I was waiting for right there.
Malachar, nitrate's the one that goes boom, right? We might want some of that.
That's Strum's own.
Yeah, I think so. With my nature check of 9, I agree with Jimmy with Strum. Yeah, I think so.
We should get some of that.
Just whispering to each other, just like, "Oh, what about that?" It goes boom.
That'd be great.
Strum,
can you make a little distraction? I need to slip away.
Sure.
Turn and look over at Strum and watch Malachar walk away.
Why is he doing that? Malachar, roll me a stealth, and Strum, roll me a performance.
I've got nothing that I can do to distract, so I'm just like playing music sadly. That's still a 13, even with an 8.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Yeah, that'll get you stealthed away sufficiently. After a few minutes, they do notice your absence, and they turn to Strum. And Dimbledare says,
Okay.
"Hey,
You got
Strum,
there. Hello there.
where'd your tall friend go? He ran off in the middle of his story. Right in the middle of your song."
It happens all the time, unfortunately. They sometimes people just need to go to the toilet. It's I think they call it the brown note. If you play at the wrong time, people tend to need to rush off to the toilet. They have to take care of themselves.
Well, there's the name of this episode. The Brown Note.
Oh my god!
Oh,
You brought the brown note into D&D. I cannot believe it, you legend. Oh my
well.
god!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so I think we've had the full report written on the Brown Note at this point. And at that point, Malachar makes his way back into the room, and everybody is just sort of staring, goes quiet, and looks at him.
What's up?
The joke is completely
Look, I know
lost on him.
Look, I'm magic, but like, I still gotta use the loo sometimes. Fuck.
I told you. So Fawn is actually working with the
Oh my god.
victims and getting them stabilized and brought back to health, and they're sort of calming down, and she's gathering details from each of them, and she says, "Gudrun, I think you might be right. This is absolutely the work of a terrible, terrible toxin. This chromatospore that you are talking about in particular is quite toxic. Over prolonged uses, it is not just detrimental to your health, it is detrimental to your senses. For when you are lost in this other land, your sensory nerves, they begin to deteriorate rapidly, they atrophy, and you sort of lose touch with reality, and you begin to question which one is real. It is quite a terrible, terrible drug. As you might imagine, this is why it is heavily illegal. There's only one portion of the people who would use something like this, and this is those who cannot handle the reality in which they reside anymore. You must find the suppliers of this terrible, terrible drug and root it out and ruin it. That it must not be allowed to continue, as this is absolutely the worst thing that could happen to the people of our dear precinct."
May I ask, what would be the issue if we were to burn it? If we were to burn it, would it have a negative effect on the air around us?
No, I do not think so. There are many rumors about burning mushrooms for the hostile smokes, and they are not true. You cannot smoke a mushroom, so it should be fine.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because like I know that there are some opioids that if you burn, you make the entire city off their tits. But as long as there isn't a similar effect with the mushrooms, it'll be fine.
Okay, so you have made a report, and at this point, Nasius comes walking into the chamber. "I trust you have made a full report, and your guilds will be in contact with the Guild Pact. Each of you, congratulations. You have proven yourselves loyal to each of your factions. Please record your name in the Book of Initiates. You are now members of your respective guilds of rank 1.
Strum is
So
visible.
you You have if you have not looked at the benefits of being a member of a guild, you have attained rank 1 within the guild. You are no
Time
longer
to have fun, Matt.
Yep. There are some benefits, so look those up for your characters before next session.
I'm not just a researcher anymore. I'm an actual researcher.
Yeah, we get to study.
Yeah.
Now things go boom.
Yeah, I'm not. It isn't rank 2, is it? I'm not confused. I noted it as rank 1.
Because, I mean, I think our backgrounds right now are technically initiate, so...
Right. I was gonna say that.
Strum's just a dumb
Yeah, like, I thought I was
laborer,
already in
so-
my guild.
Yeah,
no,
I mean, you can still be a part of the guild, but not.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not,
so
like,
you're
with...
renowned 1. No,
right.
I'm sorry, hold on.
I was blanking on the word.
You start
Most
with renowned
ranks start at
1.
renown 3?
Oh.
Yes. So you would be renowned 2 is where you would be.
Ooh.
Okay. I need to get
We're
my
super
Ravnica.
cool.
Renowned
Wow.
2 does not put you into the next rank, but it does put you halfway there. Renown 1 is the
Oh.
bottom level initiate. Renown 3 will be the next rank up.
Okay.
But you
Cool.
must perform several
Yeah.
missions before you're able to do that. You have completed the first mission and the investigation, and the second mission unwittingly routing it out without checking in first. So you've made rank 2, renown 2.
That's the way to do it.
You were supposed to check in when you found out the details, and that was the first one. Then all they would have done was told you, okay, go investigate and go kill and
was
find out where people are going.
The essence.
So
We
Okay,
still
so-
didn't get there in time for her husband. Yeah.
And so Dariet is sitting there still. You've got sort of an interesting scenario here with a child in her home that she does not remember. The missing husband. Katrun is clearly able to root out the scent of the husband as yet. You opted for getting out of Dodge before going after the husband out of the when leaving the area. So you've made your way back to the surface, and you have successfully rescued the mother, Dariet. It's not quite enough to get you to level 3 yet, though. So, where do you wish to go now?
So close.
Now I don't know about y'all, but it's been a long. It's been a long
I could do
day.
beer, ale.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same
Whiskey.
thing here, Strum. Let's go get ourselves a drink and maybe find a happy
Absinthe.
little dice table.
Should we
Wait,
try
hang
to
on
find
now.
that child? Is that
You
the
wanna
child
head back
we
over
saw?
that
No,
district?
was not this woman's child?
so-
I mean, that just is
It's
weird.
so late. It's gonna take
But
us
she's
4
not
hours to
okay.
walk back over there. You want to?
4
I'm
hours
not
is
sure,
not
but I'm
enough.
there.
No.
I'm
So
really tired.
that was in District 6. That was in. You're still in the 6th district. It's only going to take you 20 minutes to walk back to the house.
Oh, I thought
it
we
took
were.
you
We had
several
gone
hours
back
to
to the.
climb out of Deadbridge, or Deadbridge Chasm.
Deadbridge Chasm.
So
Oh, I thought it had taken us so much time to get to Deadbridge originally, but we ended up at a different district precinct thing. Is that what happened there from our original one? I thought we went back to the original one that was
No.
far away.
No, you went to the
Regardless.
sewers in District 6 and came out of
Brain's not working.
Deadbridge in District 6 to go back to
Okay.
the District 6 public commons.
Understood. Then yeah,
Okay.
I mean we might. I mean if we can get there in 20. I don't know what time is it, DM. What's the hour?
It's right about 10 o'clock at this point. 10:30,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
Okay.
It has been a
On the-
long
on-
day.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
about
think
the
you
way
head
over,
over
but-
there.
I mean, we could
Wanna
go
go?
and look
I-
tomorrow, I guess. There's no immediate. I guess there's no immediate threats
As
right
far as
now.
we know, he's in a safe place. As a side note to that, and I think we should have this conversation over a couple rounds. I'm starting to not believe his story. So I don't know if we
Little
have
bit.
anything to worry about with that kid. Regardless, I know our wizard friend here needs a break, and Krav has been hauling bodies all over town all night.
Hauling
I
bodies.
think we deserve.
As you're making your way to leave, you're looking like you're headed towards the door. From amidst the victims approaches a tiefling woman. And she puts her hand on your elbow as you turn, Cyrus. And she says, "Did I overhear your name as Cyrus?"
Might be.
Does Ravnica have
You've
anything?
saved us, and I am forever indebted
I don't think it does.
to you.
That's
I
reality.
have to repay you.
Is that
How
right?
do you wish to suffer? And she immediately
What?
takes a knee and
Oh,
sort of reaches into her boot and pulls on a clawed glove and says, "Might I show you my gratitude?"
That's so Rakdos.
Glint, glint, glint off the claws that she's put on.
Now, just hold
And
yeah,
at that
you
moment,
just
you
hang on here a
recognize-
minute.
On her collar is the Cult of Rakdos symbol.
Oh,
And this is your bard companion, as purchased in the last episode. She will be following you around and regaling you in song and constantly threatening to hurt you.
right.
I
Okay.
think- I think it was supposed to be a centaur.
Yeah, wasn't it a centaur?
Yeah.
not tiefling?
Yes, but that was
DM discretion.
there were a few different options to go on that one, and I thought that the centaur
Okay.
bard in Rakdos wasn't quite the way that fit the scenario, and I thought maybe a
Okay.
tiefling bard in the Rakdos would be a fitting.
To be fair,
follower
that is
for
way
Cyrus.
more up Cyrus's alley. Let me put that that way. So, hey,
Yeah, I mean,
There's
Now-
only one room per
I'll go-
centaur, baby.
Is it-
So
Is this
look
like
I'll go along with the
down.
tiefling.
Yes, hang on. You're not related to this one, right? Regardless, I don't think I caught your name. Do I recognize her as being part of the group that we saved? Is this? I thought we only had elves, Vedelkin, and humans.
I'm
So she
sorry,
says
I did
saved.
not mention tiefling in there. You're right. I did not
Oh,
mention there was a
okay.
tiefling in there. That is a
Oh,
DM
good.
failure. That was
No, that's
written at
fine.
two
I just
different
wanna
times, and it is just a gap. Sorry about that. Yes,
That's
one
fine.
of the
I just want to know
rescue
how
victims was
Cyrus would
affected.
react. Yeah. I just wanna
She
know how
is very
Cyrus would
clearly
react.
one of the victims, and recognizably so. If you recall, the purplish blue tint of her skin as you were unshackling her, as tieflings are not as common in this campaign setting as they would be in a Faerun campaign setting. So, her name is Shrikin, and she is
spell that for
going
me,
to SHRI''KIN.
R.I.
Shuriken.
Yeah, Shuriken. Okay, great. Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. Yep.
If she doesn't use those, I would be mad. Okay. Sure. So
You
she's
know what? She's going to now. Excellent.
Okay.
So she will be
all right.
a non-combat companion who will be able to provide morale boosts and continue to
Inspiration.
boost your character's reputation and your heroism.
Sure. Okay.
And will mostly turn into a narrative background. But someone you can use perhaps like an unseen servant or to play banter off of during the course of play. Shuriken, as I will turn over to you to build as an NPC. I can put the template in there into D&D Beyond, and you can use her as a pack mule or a a theme music or however you see fit for your character, and I will.
I do have
She's a Skyrim companion, you guys.
I do have a question as Strum. Does she does she appear to have any instruments on her? Does she?
Not at present.
Not at present. Okay. Okay.
Does she have a whip?
Don't know how.
She's just gonna ham bone.
Does she have a
does
whip?
not have a whip at present.
That's a different kind of NPC.
You'll have to engage with her through roleplay to find out how she plays and how she interacts, and how she proceeds to torment Cyrus.
Okay. I'm on board. Let's do it.
I want to
Why
create
not?
a ham boning bard. That's my next character.
I love it.
Okay, so you make your way, and with your new follower out
Well,
and
Come on,
across
we're
the
getting
town.
drinks. We'll talk about this over here. Stand up. Stand up. We're gonna go grab a bite, maybe some drinks. How about you just come along and we'll talk about how you're gonna repay me.
Yeah, yes, Cyrus. Yes, I will follow you wherever you must go. And have you met Cyrus? And she reaches out. She starts pulling people from the crowd. Like, do you know Cyrus? He is a great.
Oh God.
Oh wait. Now hi. Now obviously shaking hands. You know, politician style, right? Yeah, just down the line as many as will show up on the way to the bar. Absolutely.
You see, Cyrus, I will be very useful to you. Already, I am building your brand.
Now, Shuriken, just hold on a minute now. Let's just
I'm gonna go on ahead.
slow down.
Build your brand. Oh my god.
Strum, you had some input here. What's going on?
I'm just gonna go on ahead. I want to get my head in some ales right now.
He just teeters on off.
I agree.
Without ever waiting for
Shuriken,
people.
we can work on
Prav is close
the
behind
brand.
Strum.
We can work on this brand
Let's get some
later,
ale,
and I
Prav.
think over a pint or two, the ideas will start flowing real well. So how about we just head on that direction?
Right. Very well. After you. And she begins to follow you towards, where are you going to stay? You've not made
We could go back to
even
Zed's.
been here.
Do you
I haven't
recall
I mean, we're still in the
that
6th precinct, right? There was that tavern we went to with that other centaur that we met, who I think
On
was
your way
gonna,
out
like,
the
meet us
door.
there.
On your way out the door, Nastius comes charging after you. Wait, friends, wait. You have failed to claim your payment, and this
Payment.
purse is yours. The
Actually-
service is rendered.
Oh, we were
How
getting
did we
paid
forget
for
that?
this job.
Yeah,
Well,
right,
heck,
Yeah, but
all
Strum is
right.
already gone, so.
No, at the sound of payment, Strum is like, you know, like when you do that weird U-turn. He's just like, oh, actually, I'm coming back.
He's
like-
like, hold on a bag. And then Cyrus reaches for it. It just disappears out from underneath.
Oh, you,
Well-
you bastard.
And you see a trail of dust
guess
off
I'm not
in the
getting
distance
paid.
toward the nearest tavern.
Hey, you're still splitting that with us, you little. And just go after him.
Hey, wait! And you
Yeah.
all go charging off down the street after Strum off towards the nearest pub with
Yep.
your new companion
Let's go get drunk.
in your wake.
Pub / in. Let's make it a double. I don't feel
Don't
like
you take
wandering around
it,
finding
hammer!
sleep either. Let's just.
No, it is. It
Just
is.
make it
In
a-
fact,
All right. Standing
Let's
room
see,
for
this is-
centaurs.
of course. General quadruped accessibility, of course.
Excellent.
Though only the worst of the dives in this neighborhood would, not cater to our four-legged friends. So, you head on into, I had not even thought about where the party was going to be staying because you didn't meet in the tavern. What's a good tavern name, guys? Let's call it the
Salty Goblet.
Boros Brew.
Boros the Brew.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Ooh.
That's good.
Mostly,
Wait, so is
I'm not
it
sure I'm a fan of the branding.
full of soldiers? Is it full of Boros
It is,
soldiers,
it is.
Boros Legion?
It is.
Of course it is.
It's
I'm gonna have-
kind of a cop shop.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm not too
Yeah.
keen on that. Strum isn't.
I feel like I'm a pass
no,
on that. Next.
You're with me.
No,
You'll be fine.
I nudged Strum and go, now Strum, think about this. These soldier boys, they like to dice. And when they are easy takings at the table.
I'm listening.
Now let's go get a drink.
Okay.
It does.
You've won me over.
In your estimation, to be a fairly raucous crowd. It's nothing, of course, compared to the Rakdos celebrations. But if you were at a Rakdos club, you get the impression that you'd be losing some fingers tonight. So maybe this isn't
True.
so bad after all.
Okay.
Okay, so you make your way in, and behind the counter is a Loxodon, very stout-looking guy with hairy ears that come out, and they're like sort of draped forward over his shoulders, almost like a cloak. And he turns to you. Yes, what is it that I might do for you, friends?
Now, Strum, take out some of them coin from that pouch and get us around, would you?
I'm familiar with how a bar works.
I'm
You
just
don't-
nudging you to find us a
Really,
table so I
that's-
can find a table.
Because I have
just-
no idea what I'm doing around here. Could you perhaps
I'm just
hurry it up at least?
Just give us
Slam down the required amount for ale.
just a few ales around for me and me pals, please.
Yes, there is, of course, enough to go around. And he turns around and he's got
I would hope so.
couple different he's got a couple different tankards just sort of like draped up over his arm with enormous like hook handles on them, and he's just going underneath the tap and just filling, and he fills 4 of them at a time, and he turns around and he puts them across the counter, and he turns back around and he gets the other 2, and he turns and he puts them before the party. It will be 6 silver.
There you go, friend. Impressive display.
Not silver. That will be 60 zenny.
Ah, yeah.
There
that's
you
right.
go, friend. The exact same. Clink, 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 clink. Now are we ready to drink?
Very well. Will that be all for you then for the evening?
We
We
I
might
can-
need some.
I hand Krav my big ass tankard and say, "Black coffee, black."
But I want. I could have had.
Krav's
That
like,
means there's an extra beer there.
Oh.
So there's a
Krav
the
definitely
coffee
wants
is
the
on the
second one.
side bar. You serve your
Actually, if you have any tea, I would love some tea. That would be lovely.
we do not have tea. We do not. Do I look like a tea drinker to you?
I don't know. I did not want to, presume.
There is
Right.
coffee on the side bar, or there is ale behind the counter.
Thank you so much. I'll just
There
fill
is
up
a
a cup
lovely-
with like milk at the coffee bar, but like that's it.
There is hot water, of course, available if you should bring your own tea.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Wait, Katrin has tea. You could totally.
She does.
Katrin
She-
actually
I'm
gave
just saying.
Suniva some.
Oh yes,
Katrin gave
of course you can.
Suniva
I'll
some
make a
very
bubble
special
cup.
tea.
And she goes over
Some
and she
good
pulls
funny
over
tea.
2 tankards. Oh, be careful! This is potent. She begins sprinkling dust into these mugs, and it's steaming. And as she drops the powder in, it lets off this sort of iridescent purple and black and blue smoke. And she like pushes it before you. It's kind of fizzing a little bit, and then it settles out. No, it's safe to drink. You should be able to drink it now. And she begins sipping. Yes, it's very delicious. So as you all settle down
Knock
to
him
your
back,
drink,
ale.
The fire does seem warm, and there's nothing quite so good as a refreshing beverage in a warm fire after a long day down in the cold, dank sewers, risking your life for a few pittance of gold to save the better parts of our humanity. So, you turn in for the nights after a fair bit of chatting and oh, that one time, did you see it with that? Oh my God, that thing was like spitting stuff at us. It was crazy. You're regaling each other with tales of stuff that you just did, but the excitement is still there for your first adventures. And you go to bed and you wake up sore but refreshed and eager to reclaim the road. Breakfast consists of fresh produce, and it's surprisingly fresh. And there is more than enough meats and other assorted baked items about. So what, as you are sitting down at the table and going over your meals and sort of making a plan for the day, what is it that you'll do? You count out, you have a remaining 103 gold and...
Ooh.
Sorry. That would be...
That's
not gold. It's
Xenos, I believe. Xenos,
right?
Xeno, yeah.
That's 103 Xenos and 60 Zennies.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll split that between everyone. I've got a handy resource which is a money splitter for D&D because I've had to use it multiple times to my own campaigns, and I will I will let everyone know how much money they've got at the end of the session.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, so
we
are actually quickly approaching the end of the session, so I think we will bring it to a close here as we are planning our day. So, as we're all sitting at the table eating breakfast, what would you like to plan for the day? What do we have to look forward to next week?
Now,
Besides,
I don't know about.
Yeah.
I don't know about,
go down the line?
I think we need to.
but go ahead.
No, you can go.
I'm having some reservations about that kid Alcaris. Now, this woman woke up and she doesn't remember having a son. I'm getting to think that we got the wool pulled over our eyes here, and maybe a quick jaunt in that neighborhood might do us some good. But, what do you guys think?
That seems good.
I mean, yeah, something definitely does not seem to add up quite right.
And there's still that tentacle thing she was talking about, too. Someone remind me, what did that look like?
She said, I believe it was it's just some big creature. She didn't get a good look at it, I believe, but there were tentacles that grabbed her and her husband.
Yeah, see, that doesn't seem right.
Taps you on the shoulder and says, it was a large and insectoid, and it had
I think that was the
tentacles.
mother. I think that was the... Was that the mother that we killed? Did that have tentacles? It had lots of
It did not
tentacles.
have
Had
It had
legs.
claws. Oh, it did? I thought it had
Triangles.
claws. Oh, okay.
It did have claws.
Okay.
Did the
Okay,
death
so
priest
sure,
have
I
claws or tentacles?
None that you
Have
have
we
seen
seen-
have had.
Have we seen any crawl? No.
No. Not
You've
with
seen
tentacles.
lots of crawl. Not
I
with
meant to say, like, with
None with
tentacles, but...
No, I
Okay.
take that back.
That's right.
I take that back. The immature ones that hatched in front of you in the middle of the combat had stubby little tentacles on their shoulders.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
I have
So, yeah.
3-part suggestion. First, we go talk to Alcaris and find out whatever that is. Then we do a little bit of research and learn about crawl and tentacles. I mean, there's nothing to say that we can't just like go to a library or something. That's not that crazy. And then
Now,
we go down to the Undercity again and learn some more stuff.
now, I don't know about the rest of the party, but I ain't much one for books. If you want to do some research, I might put in a little footwork, if that's all right.
Sure.
I'm not very good at research either. If there's anything I can do to help Cyrus, I would be more than glad to do what I can.
I think we need to talk a little bit to Shriek in here next time and figure out what she saw before she went unconscious as well. Maybe we can get a little bit more detail.
I'm sure that'll be very fun.
Okay, so
Oh,
I am going to try to drum up a guest actor for Shriken on episodes where she is going to be here. It's gonna. I don't know yet. I still got to try and find someone, but we will see. It's going to be for you viewers out there. Hit me up in the DMs,
That's awesome.
Good.
and we'll talk.
That is cool.
Maybe
actually.
we'll work you in as a guest character, and I've got a questionnaire and see how this character feels to you, and it's going to be a
Put a face in
recurring
the
Yeah.
concept. So, hit me up in the DMs over the course of this week, and we'll see if we can't get you set up for next week. Okay, and that is the big cliffhanger that I'm going to leave us on this week. In a positive cliffhanger, that we will have a guest star for Shriken next week. If
We're
I
not
can
gonna
drum
die.
one up.
It's good. That's awesome. Yay. Okay, cool.
Well, you don't know. I mean, you did just eat the food in the tavern. You get food poisoning.
Well,
and conk
stop
out, right?
it. Yeah.
I'm
half
a
the
goblin. I'll
forest
eat
leaking
anything
in the area.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Goblins eat way worse than this. Okay, so with that, thank you all for being fantastic players. I think we have some fantastic moments to put on clips this week. Please, guys, go out there in the audience and put some clips up. We would love to see it. Put it up on Twitter and out on Instagram and let everyone know. This is the show you're watching, and if we get more people in the chat, the more chatting we get to do. And I really enjoy having you guys out there to interact with. So another big shout out and thank you to our fans and for our players and also to our sponsors. Real quick run through those. So we have Fantasy Grounds, who, again, I'm crossing my fingers, next week we will have in place. And WaylandGames.co.uk, who is doing minis, 20% discount if you are coming from Encounter Roleplay. I believe there's a code for that in the chat. I'm not sure exactly how that one links. We'll find out about that. And then the last one will be Dice Envy. So hit them up.
There we go.
Did we get to a giveaway today? Did we get the 20 retweets? I didn't get a chance to watch
we
chat
did.
today.
We did, but
We
there
got to
was
the
no
20,
giveaway this
but-
week. Sadly.
Yeah, no giveaway this week, unfortunately, but
Oh,
we still had so much fun.
Okay.
Didn't get to
Great.
it.
well, you know what? I actually have some dice I might be able to throw up. We'll do an extra giveaway next week. So,
Okay.
Oh,
I've
there
got-
you
Chat,
go.
you heard it here
I've got-
first. Extra giveaway next week. Be here.
Hold him
There
to
we
it.
go.
Hold him to it.
I have dice right here.
Yeah, DM Corey.
Be here.
The arbiter of dice himself.
Here next week. I'll do a
Double the
giveaway
dice,
on channel
double
and
the
I'll
fun.
send them out myself.
Oh,
Okay,
what a,
so-
what a lovely DM, guys. What a lovely guy. Look, let's hope.
Seriously.
Let's.
Claps for Corey.
Corey is
Claps for
great.
Corey.
Yay, Corey!
Claps for Corey.
Yay!
Without the players, DMing is just really shouting at the internet. So, no, thank you guys. And
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
you can't stream D&D alone. So, and I gotta say, this is an incredible cast. You guys are amazing, and we will see you all next week. But before we do sign off, I want to make sure that we do a quick round as to where we can each find ourselves and talk about favorite moment during the stream. We don't have anybody coming up after us, right? So,
we not.
Got
the only ones today.
Spend. So let's. So Jimmy, let's start with you. Where can we find you, and what's your favorite moment of the episode today?
Okay, I am Jimmy, at Jimmy_Sherwood on the Twitters. I am a voice actor. I mainly just tweet about my work whilst also tweeting about D&D 24/7. It seems to be my life right now. And favorite moment? Oh god. I mean, the entire chase sequence was a hilarious and beautiful clusterfuck, so I'm gonna go with that.
Good.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
I'll take that. I like that. All right, that's vehicular chases are actually one of the things that people talk about as being a kind of a hard thing to do. So you guys pulled that off remarkably well. Yeah, that took almost no writing, so that was all you guys.
It was great. Like improv.
Joel.
Yeah. Hi.
Joel. Tell
I'm
us
Joel,
about you.
Otherwise known as Runaway Robot. I think my favorite thing for tonight was Cyrus figuring out that kid probably lied to him. And he's got like a soft spot for children, so this is really gonna mess with him until he figures it out. So that's that's really good. Additionally, I have Shriekin's here now. I have a tiefling follower. That's really cool. That's really cool, and I'm excited to see what happens with that too. So
that's gonna be wild.
Thank you again, Jory and Drake. I appreciate you getting me a little follower. We'll see how that goes. You can find me here on Twitch. Twitch.tv/runawayrobot_. I do variety streaming there. We do a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons as well. You can also find me on Twitter at runawayrobot_.
All right.
Matt? So, I am at CrimeNat on Twitter. I'm the Tuesday DM. Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday today. My favorite moment of the session was the whole sewer dog exchange and everything around it. Like, it was just beauty. Beauty incarnate.
Yep. That was so good. Yeah.
Bravo. That was great. I didn't even know how to react to it at first. Sewer dogs ate your
just the moment.
Roll with it, Corey. How does this flow? Where do we go from here? That is put Corey on the spot. That was great. I really appreciated that moment.
The moment that I realized where Jimmy was going with it, I just giggled. It just flowed forth from me.
That was pretty great. All right.
Honestly, I was gonna say the sewer dog ate my homework was fantastic. And likewise, I'm excited to see what sort of interesting roleplay opportunities Cyrus's new companion might bring into the party. Having a member of Rakdos around is gonna be interesting. And you can find me. I'm Sam. To say the least, it'll be interesting. But you guys can all find me on Twitter and Twitch. I'm at Samwise_GameG, pretty much everywhere. So.
All right, thank you, Sam. All right, Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. You can find me at Bravo. That's 5 R's. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize every time I plug myself. 5 R's. My favorite part of the stream was, I think, Krav finally feeling comfortable enough to speak at least a little bit.
Said words. She said
that
words.
Was awesome.
She said a word.
So proud. So proud.
But she likes her group. I will say that. So, but yeah, and the homework. The dog ate my homework. That was so funny. And the brown note. That was so funny.
The brown note was.
Oh. All right. Thank you, Cassie. And are you anywhere besides Twitter, or are you on Instagram more?
I'm
or
everywhere. I want to start streaming, so just keep an eye out on myself.
Yeah!
But Tumblr, Instagram, everything, it's all the same URL and username. So just keep an eye out for that.
All right. So I am DM Corey. You can find me at DM Corey pretty much everywhere. I've got my own website, which is dreadvector.com. I post things there very infrequently. Mostly me and my wife, we do DM's Guild and Drive-Thru RPG submissions for module creation and various other assets for DMing. My favorite moment of tonight. I really enjoyed playing Katrun. I don't know. I really liked playing her character. That was. I'm sorry, Eris. I'm gonna play your character from now on. So we'll be happy to have you back next week, as your character played by you is far better, but it was still fun. So thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, how we miss her
And
tonight.
so now you know what happens when you miss a session. I'm going to butcher your characters.
Oh my god.
Good to know.
I'm actually, in all fairness, I do want to hear you now put on an Irish accent.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to have to
watch.
Oh man. I think
I want to hear Corey's German accent.
Nope, I can't do it. Oh. We have ways
Neither
of
can I,
making you
so-
talk. That's all I got. My accents are bad. They are bad. Okay, so, and I'm terrible, even more terrible at keeping them. So, all right, that's all I got, folks. Thank you one more time, and we will be seeing you next Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and every Sunday, or every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So, thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
You guys are amazing.
Bye.
Great fun.
We can get our lovely engineer to cue you in. All right. See you next
No, we
week,
lost.
guys.
We lost them.